Are questionable rules?
Yep,
I think it's supposed to be rolls.
that's fine now. That's what it is.
Questionable rules. Wow.
Shh. There, I fixed it.
You're
Bam.
questioning my roles? How rude.
Usually. Nobody will know. How would they know? There's no evidence in the Discord. It's not like everybody else
None.
can see.
Not at all.
No,
It's when you go in there and you edit it anyway.
I don't know how to do that. I don't think I have access to be able to do that. Oh, right, I need to have my things up. There it is. Okay.
It's work.
Bam.
Oh no.
What's up?
The map. It was overlaid.
I must have missed it.
There. So if you zoom out, you can see both maps side by side.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like this, it ends right here.
Mhm.
Okay, so did you AI this?
No, I actually found somebody that expanded it, and I liked what they did.
Oh.
So I was like, okay.
Nice.
And it kind of makes sense because, like, you know, Saltmarsh was small before,
Womp womp.
and
Womp womp.
Sorry, I forgot that it does that.
That's okay. I'm supposed to have... Oh, I do have streamer. I didn't realize that it circumvented streamer mode. That makes so much sense. Oh my god, I feel so bad for everybody. I've just been coming in going da 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 dun dun dun.
It's fabulous.
Hi, Lenoki.
So how's it going?
I've
What did I
missed
miss? Sorry,
you.
I
It's been like
too.
a week since Vintage Story. I missed you.
I know. But still, tomorrow more
Tomorrow.
vintage.
Tomorrow, right, Lemon? Lemon, right?
Right, Lemon?
Lemon?
Huh? Huh?
Vintage Story
What?
More
tomorrow?
vintage?
Vintage
What?
tomorrow? Lemon?
What?
Vintage Story?
Maybe?
Are you good? Like you're starting to sound like an addict.
I'm not an addict. I can quit anytime.
Uh-huh.
Totally. Blame us for wanting to hang out with friends and advance a civilization together.
We're doing so good.
That's so wrong.
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked with how much food Lenoki has put away. Like, holy crap.
I did the math,
been
or
getting
somebody
food
else did the math. We need like 20 jars of food each. So if you include pies and stuff into that, and like the breads and things. I made some pies and bread, by the way.
Nice, good.
I've made a discovery that I think I knew but had forgotten. So you can mix
Okay.
vegetables with pie. So as long as you have 2 of a vegetable, you can mix that into a pie with other vegetable.
Oh, okay, that's good because
So
I
like
have
you
some
could
like
have 2
leftover
carrots and
onions
yeah,
and
yeah.
carrots.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's so many more onions, Lenoki. I
Excellent.
harvested.
Good, because I was like, obviously I have to leave at 10, so sad. But
Yep.
I don't get to see the last hour.
That's okay. But yeah, I harvested and I made some pies. And I made you another table.
Yes.
And I moved your oven. It's not on the floor anymore. It's up.
Oh, it's up?
Yeah.
I didn't even know it could be up.
Yeah. It's up. Once I can once I expand a bit, I'm thinking of making a secondary cold storage area, and then we can move the stuff that you have in there into that cold storage area, and then you can have that as just like an actual kitchen, and we can chisel and bits it.
Yes. What's chisel and bits it?
You can get a chisel and you can texture things by chipping away the little voxels of blocks, so it can get pretty detailed. Right, Lemon?
What?
Vintage Story chiseling. It can be really detailed.
I love
Yes,
it. It's just
yes, it
like
can.
a whole paragraph that it said, and then at the end is bright lemon.
And then the
Yep.
synopsis.
What? Where? What's right, Lemon?
Oh, it's okay, buddy.
You're getting harassed. That's all I'm saying.
We're just excited
Who,
about Vintage Story.
Hmm. Which is tomorrow,
who
not
is
today.
Something about
this?
We gotta focus
voxels.
on D&D.
Healing. Oh yeah. D&D. It's the question session time.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop out. No, that's Halloween.
Season 1.
There we go.
We could be a bit Halloween.
No, I have my own D&D border. There we go.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I worked hard on it,
Ooh, look at
Linoki.
that. Look at that. It's beautiful. I
Look
know
at
you
us.
did. You're doing so good.
I know. I even got a better background for the text finally. It's not just a blue square.
Hey, there you go.
Yep.
I genuinely don't know where this right lemon is about.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, the right lemon was basically talking about chiseling out voxels in Vintage Story.
Uh-huh.
At least
Oh,
that's my
okay.
understanding.
Yes. Sorry, I'm slow.
No, it's okay. Distractions.
It's kind of like when I envisioned it like your eyes glazed over and
Mhm.
like somebody was just talking to you and there's that white noise of when like you get flashbanged in a game where it's just a beep and like Lemon is just like trauma staring into the distance and
Yep.
then someone says right Lemon, he's like yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Where do you find collapse faces? Where do you find
What?
collapse faces?
Where do you find collapsed faces?
Yeah,
That's
where how do
essentially-
I collapse faces in Roll20 again?
Collapse faces.
Yeah, because I
have
got
no
full
idea
I
what
got
you're
Oh,
full
talking
face
the
about.
Druk Lemon
people.
in Twitch chat and it's throwing off my thing and I want it gone.
Oh, okay,
This
yeah.
one?
Go to
No.
the gear, go to
Yeah.
personalize. Or
Personalize
sorry,
the
no,
play.
go to voice and video.
That's
Or
so
audio
okay.
and video.
Oh god, yep, that's what there. I knew it was in a weird spot.
Video display. There you go.
Names only. There we go. That's such a weird place for that to be.
It's because technically Roll20 has the capability of you using webcams and speaking through the program itself.
Yeah.
It's just janky as
Yes.
shit, so nah.
Yeah. No.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, welcome in everybody to D&D Season 1 Q&A something, where we answer your questions about the 2-ish, almost 3-ish year journey that we've been on together
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
It's been a
our
while.
Season 1 D&D crew.
Am I supposed to be in Roll20?
You
And
don't
am I
need
supposed to be in a danger zone?
I messed it up again.
Linoki.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm where I'm supposed to be.
No, you're not. That's okay. That's okay.
I know
messed
nothing.
Up.
La la
What
la la
is-
la 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 la.
I typed in crew instead of cast, and now I don't want to type it again. So bam, auto. There we go. Look, it worked. It totally the first time.
Yeah. That's totally the command for it.
You'll have to make a new one.
I know. Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Doing that one. That's where we're at.
Doing
I
that
don't
one?
know.
Okay.
I don't know our friends' characters' names yet because we haven't done session 0 for season 2 yet, which we have to do before I think next week.
Now I'm in a place. The one
Well,
that's
yeah. There's to be determined. There's some things in the air, and we need to get in touch with the
Yeah.
homies and get things settled. Part of it is it could just be like intro stuff. It could be a whole cast. It could be a part cast. So like I'm a little loosey goosey right now. So like yeah, we'll have to figure it out for within 2 weeks. But we should have something.
Tangible.
The first season 2 thing will happen on the 17th.
Okay. Perfect.
That's what it is. I don't know what it will look like yet
Oh,
because
the 17th? Because that's 2 weeks from now.
correct.
Okay.
So 17th
Yes.
is
I knew
the
that.
first episode or epilogue because there was some discussion that I had about running smaller like 2-person sessions to like
Start it
hype
off.
up into it. So that still might be a thing. We're gonna talk about it next week. We're probably having a session 0 at this time, so it won't be streamed, but we're gonna get together and finalize season 2. I've seen everybody's characters. I think for the most part, the characters are built, but like
Lenoki, have you seen everybody's character yet?
I am starting to draw everyone's characters, so I know a little bit.
Yay.
If there's any NPC characters, obviously let me know. But everyone pretty much has a sketch done.
How many
We're working on
years?
line art.
How many years after the main campaign? Oh, never mind. Already asking questions. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Shush,
Well,
shush,
you
shush,
got
shush,
into the Q part
Smack,
of the
smack, smack.
Q&A.
Smack, 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 smack.
Oh my god. Okay. No. This has to be shown. Look at this fucking ferret token.
Oh my god.
That's cute
Oh,
as
it's
shit.
cute.
Oh my god!
I decided I have to remake all of this stuff, so I
Mhm.
put us on a future Saltmarsh map. So that's what I figured
Yeah.
the visuals were going to be. So we have the old Saltmarsh map on the right side, and then the new one on the left side. And you can kind of see the orientation is different because apparently north, south, east, west was supposed to be different on that map. So it's actually oriented the correct way now.
I guess
But
That's north.
like,
Oh.
yeah, so yeah,
Well,
west was
Yeah, I kinda
actually
have to
north
turn my
this
head.
entire time, which is also why like all
it makes
the
sense that we got lost.
all the navigation stuff was wrong when we were talking about where stuff was in relation to each other because all the things were turned because that map was
Yeah.
turned, and I'm like, my brain isn't doing this, so we're not gonna do
Yeah.
that.
It also cuts off here.
Yeah. There's
No,
extra.
it cuts off a little bit further, doesn't it? I
No.
thought that was just right where the grove was.
It doesn't have the empty
But
field
it
has
has
been
the
filled.
cemetery.
The empty field has been filled.
Yeah, so
So it
technically
cuts
there
off
is
like
a little
right
bit.
here.
Yeah, there is a little bit more north because the graveyard is there. But it was basically like an empty space from where the graveyard was and the temple, but you can see that was also pushed back a little bit too in the newer one.
Yeah, so all this stuff is all
There's
new.
like another
and
building
and
that's
so is
there,
this.
and the temple's on the other side now.
Really cool. I like it. Picasso.
I like this. Another bridge.
Another bridge.
Another bridge.
Now, I was trying to think about like construction has started on the bridge and like what is I literally this is my thought process this morning is why is this different than what was agreed upon before? And I was like, Gellin ran away with all the money, so they had to
Yep.
make do.
I like
but
that
hey,
it's near Quinn's place.
yeah, so Quinn's place is actually right here.
No. I meant
That is
Quinn's Grove.
Yeah, this is the grove. I wanted to like fill in. I think lore-wise, this is filled in with stuff, but it's more like sparse orchard trees.
It was
Which is why it's a little
trees,
less.
and then Isaac's field was supposed to be out there.
Yes, it was. It was supposed to go this way.
Yeah.
But you know, there's reasons why it didn't. So he helped expand this field and clear out
Yeah.
the trees here.
He did so good.
So, and the other thing is, I had thought about. I mean, Saltmarsh is bigger now, so like, if you wanted to get from this dock to this side of the water, you have to like walk all the way around, and there's like zigzags and stuff. So I think we're gonna take some Venice inspiration and have gondolas.
Ooh.
I
like paddle
love
boats.
it.
I love that.
Not that we're gonna be in Saltmarsh
Let's
all that
go.
often, but I love it.
Yeah, but like lore-wise,
Lore-wise.
Yeah.
town
Quinn
is
said, "Let there be
expanding.
boat."
Yeah, little paddle
And there
boats maybe.
was.
Yeah.
You know, like those like scooters you can rent and you leave off at another location.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my god,
So
you want
many
to know
docks,
who
just
runs
get a little
it?
paddle boat.
You know
Could you
the
imagine you're on one side of the town and everybody has taken all the little boats from one side of town to the other, and there's like nothing there?
I feel like there would
Where
be
are all the
people
gondolas
working
at,
it.
man?
Like, I feel like there would be people working it. Like, it would be some sort of job. So there would be, like, half on either
Oh.
side at any given time.
Yeah. It's
Like, I feel like,
taxis.
yeah. I feel like Curb would be
Exactly.
running it as a funny business because his thing is on the water. He would have turned his thing into something like that. Or you guys might not
Viva.
remember this, but in season 1, there was a point where everyone was crossing the bridge, and Quinn said, "Yeah, fuck that. I'm not going on that bridge." And she hopped in a boat, tossed him a copper coin,
Yes.
and that guy ferried her across the water. Maybe he was like, "I'm gonna make this a business once everything's settled down."
Mhm.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Ned's one of them because he got fired from being a council member because of his treachery.
Oh,
Oh no,
Yeah.
Ned!
Ned. He was just getting
What does
his
Anders
life.
get to say?
Yeah, what does Anders get to say?
If Ned has to go.
It's because
Okay.
he's, yeah. Anyway.
No. You have arachnophobia warning. But this is super
Okay.
cute.
Friends, there's gonna be a spooter.
Oh.
It's a
It's like a moth
fairy.
spooter.
It's
That's
called
not
a
a
Fey
spider.
Touch.
Wait, hold
Fey
on.
Touch spider.
Look at its little
I love them.
face. I've scrolled
It's
in
got like a
real
little
big for
parasite
y'all.
on it.
Oh,
Like a
it's
little
got
flower
wings.
thing. He's
It's
got little
wings.
spiders with wings. That's horrifying.
There
He's
are
got little
spiders
with
little
wings.
fairy
I thought
wings.
I thought it was okay. So if you look at it, it kind of looks like a pink leech just stuck to his head.
Yeah, like these
Ooh,
are the
terrifying.
eyes, and then it's got like
Oh
antennae.
no.
And then
Yeah.
Okay, let's not freak people out.
let's not give
That's gross.
anybody who
We send that to the
anyway.
Shadow Realm.
Anyway. Oh gosh. Alright. You said that you knew where you wanted to start today.
Yeah. So we had some questions from the Discord
Mhm.
that were gathered up a little bit. And I think the best question is approximately when in the timeline of playing D&D did we finish the modules and just move on to Drew writing shit?
Yeah.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Before you even rolled your first dice, I changed a ton of shit.
So much stuff. Even our
Yeah,
favorite
Why?
characters were
Yeah, what
changed up.
inspired you to
Curious.
change it?
So Saltmarsh itself, as written in the modules. So the thing to know about Ghost of Saltmarsh is it's a collection of sea adventures from D&D past that were modernized and kind of loosely collected into the Ghost of Saltmarsh book. So
Okay.
technically each of the chapters are not connected, and Saltmarsh itself, it's more about information about the setting and kind of like what the political structure is. So there was this whole like secondary side of a political campaign that you could have between the loyalists and the traditionalists. We
Oh,
kind of like
intrigue.
touched on that slightly, but it was kind of not like something that lots of people wanted to engage with. So I just like, and even when I played Ghost of Saltmarsh as a character, and John was DM that game. So we played that before then, so I knew a little bit more about the information in the world. So when we were thinking about what campaigns to do, I'm like, I want to do Ghost of Saltmarsh because now I get to see all the behind the scenes stuff, and I kind of know how it played out when we played it. So
Yeah.
there is this like supposed to be like faction tension because there's like the King's men, and then there's the people that were native to Saltmarsh, and the King hasn't really given a shit about the town, and kind of left them to their own devices when he was doing war and stuff, and now he's trying to like basically like invest in the town, but because he wants the minerals and stuff. So there's that like the dwarf is there, and the miners were there, and the fishermen didn't like the miners. But it was kind of like, I don't really want this to be a political campaign about like different factions not agreeing. I'm like, that's not the vibe.
Yeah. That's fair. So it went wayside pretty quickly, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so I didn't engage with that very much, but the other problem is there wasn't a lot of diversity because these were written from like ancient times. These were like late 80s, early 90s stories
Yeah.
that were written. So it's like, this is Humanville with all the humans around, and there's humans here. And none of them have a description, so they're just regular humans.
Are we gonna talk about it?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Well, I can say it.
Yeah.
Teledek the Unspoken is not originally a Birdman.
No,
No,
yeah, I
he's
think you told
not.
me that.
Yeah, apparently he's described as like an onyx skinned 7 foot tall man that wears a red turban, and that's the only like description of somebody that includes their skin color, and I'm like, that feels gross. I'm not
It's so
doing
bad.
that.
That
in the
feels,
entire
yeah,
campaign.
like a very stereotype caricature kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's just like, and nobody else is described like other than like colors of tan and like people that work outside for a living kind of descriptions. For whatever reason, like D&D modules in general like to give really specifics about things that they think are important. Like another example is in the Icewind Dale, there's an inbred town, and they take
Oh no.
take a long time describing all their inbred traits, and that's it. Like, there's no other descriptions. I was like, I don't like this.
We're not doing
Yeah.
that.
We're not doing that.
Sandy.
So it's just like, yes, the one guy that's described as like darker toned skin, but everybody's suspicious of him because he lives in a tower and they think that they're watching him. And it's like, I don't like this. He's a Weird Owl guy now.
But what's the
Yeah,
plot
Birdman.
twist? The plot twist is that he is absolutely spying on the entire town.
Yeah, everyone
He's a
thinks he's
sneaky,
spying
sneaky
on him,
man.
but he is actually spying on them.
Yeah.
But I liked changing Kaladek to like he's a kooky bird guy and he's antisocial.
Welcome in, Crow.
Um,
Enjoy your lurk.
And like he is spying on the town because he's interested in what's going on and like maybe people that he might let into his place, and then there's a bunch of people he's like, no, you're not allowed to come and see me.
He wants
So
the gossip. He wants to know what's going on. He's the fly
Honestly,
on the wall.
same. No,
Like,
he's the
yeah,
bird
him
wall
the
now.
tea.
involved. Yeah, give him the tea, but don't like involve him in said tea.
Mhm.
He just wants to know. He doesn't want to like participate.
Give me all of
That's
the
what
gossip.
I'm getting.
That's me at work, honestly.
Give me the gossip. Don't give me the drama.
so some of I gender swapped some people, I brought in some other races, I mixed it up a little bit because it's just kind of like that vanilla writing where everyone is human McMahon, and I'm like, I don't want that. So like Welgar is supposed to be just an old human man, and I'm like, no, he's a water genasi now, and the blacksmith is supposed to be a man. I'm like, no, you're a woman now. Like,
Diversity and equality.
it's like, oh, this is a fair town. No, he's not. He's tan now. We're diversifying our little port town, and like I kind of think we captured the essence of that, where there are some like weirdos, but like a lot of just working men and working women, like fishermen type people. It's like laborers and stuff, and there's like some people that were of higher education and stuff. So it wasn't just like it was still a backwater compared to like you go to Neverwinter or you go to Waterdeep, and it's like these are giant sprawling cities. And we kind of touched on like Quinn's seeing Mirabar for the first time, and like
Yeah.
the crazy walls within walls within walls of people, and like an anthill almost of population difference. So that's the spirit. So like I changed stuff right out the get go.
Right out the get-go.
But technically we did get through I think it was 4 chapters of the Ghost of Saltmarsh properly. So chapter 1 was well, they say chapter 1 was Saltmarsh, but chapter 1 is the sinister secret of Saltmarsh, which is the ghost house and
Yeah.
the sea ghost underneath. That was all. That was pretty as written, except for the pirate crew was just supposed to be a pirate crew.
Yeah.
It
Jeez.
wasn't supposed to
Just
be like
absolutely fricked with Quinn in that moment.
yeah. So I immediately brought like characters' backstories into it right away, because it's like, oh, there's a pirate crew that's in this place, and you used to be a smuggler who you were on the back end of. Yeah, cool. They're pirates now, and they're here, and you're gonna steal their ship.
Yeah.
Or have the potential
Well,
to
because
take
like
over their
I
ship.
gave you like a very detailed backstory that I had like typed out and written. Like I don't have anything quite near that fully for my character that I'm going into season 2. Like I have headcanon things that we've talked about, but I never actually like physically wrote stuff down for this next one. But for Quinn, I was like, oh yeah, like I had like a spreadsheet or something, or like an Excel document that I gave everybody. I was like, this is Quinn's background stuff, and then I was still writing in it up until there was like the spider guy.
Mhm.
And I think the last note that I have on it is, yeah, Quinn likes that spider guy. He was the first druid type that she had come across that wasn't like her family, I think. So
I think it was, yeah.
yeah,
Other than like,
because there was the guy in Saltmarsh, but he kind of gave
yeah.
her the heebie-jeebies, and then he died.
I mean, he's just a cool stoner, bro.
Yeah.
um. So we got through chapter 1. We got through chapter 2, which was the danger at Dunwater. So on the ship, there was a potential that you're supposed to find these. You're supposed to find Oceanus. Oceanus is supposed to tell you about like the faction of the water aquatic people kind of getting together. There was supposed to be some political intrigue about the water people not getting along with each other, but I'm like, you know, depends on how deep they get into it if they're gonna like pick sides in this or what have you. There's like one path where you like go through and you just start killing all the lizard men for some reason. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
To be fair, we kind of ended up doing that.
Yeah, but I feel like it made the most amount of sense. There's supposed to be like the ambassador that's there to talk to you, and you guys did like some social stuff that was good, and then also just like fucked off and snuck into the main chambers where all the people were. So you didn't engage a whole lot with the lizard men. So like there was definitely one of the other questions is like what is stuff that we missed. There was definitely like more political stuff involved in that, and the lizard men actually were supposed to be like recruitable allies. Getting them on your side would have seen like reinforcements for Saltmarsh through the Aquatic Alliance, and they would have like worked together to fight off the Sahagin. Um, there's a lot of ways to like win their favor, but the negotiation kind of went like, all right, you need to prove yourself as warriors before we'll let you have a seat at the table. You've proven that you know things, you have espionage, and you have metal weapons. So we'll open negotiations, but you have to prove that you're warriors. So that was the old Thousand Tooth battle that was supposed to happen. And then all of you guys went, nah, we're out. We're going back to Saltmarsh. So
I think I remember we fucked off to Saltmarsh and sent the other druid camp
mhm.
there, and they're like, yeah, if anything happens, the bird will come and get you. And then
About that bird.
About that bird, somebody ate it.
Yeah.
Somebody ate. I
Yep.
wonder who. Somebody
Pringle.
ate it.
Bring
Gringle absolutely ate that bird.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we never got and then we promptly forgot about it, and Quinn was like, "Oh, cool, I have a grove now."
Well, it was like you left it up to them, and I was like, okay. Well, I'm just gonna make a couple of rolls to like determine how this went, and I rolled terribly. It went badly, and they all died.
Hi, Blue.
I never make any decisions other than the right ones.
We're defending Gringle.
Yeah.
So it was basically like, okay, well, the lizard folk thing happened, and it was like, okay, well, you sent your finest warriors to go, and they died in the swamp. So obviously these people can't help us. So we need to sort this ourselves. And basically what ends up happening is if you don't recruit the lizard folk, they go and do battle with the Sahagins, and they lose. They just can't win. But their plan of action is to like go and fight them at their spire. So that's why there's like lizard folk prisoners and stuff that's there, and like they get decimated and aren't there to help Saltmarsh. So like it's not necessarily a bad thing because there's sometimes that you can't, you know, it's the political side of things too, and like negotiating with the lizard folk and trying to get the council to negotiate with the lizard folk, but you like satisfied the requirement of knowing that, hey, they're not a threat to us, they're fighting these guys. And you kind of left it up to the NPCs who just rolled bad, and like sometimes it just is what it is. Old Thousand Teeth is just supposed to be a giant crocodile, and I'm like, no, he's a magic scarred giant crocodile, so
That
it's
brings me
probably
into my second
a good thing.
question. How many bad guys did you make harder
Okay,
that just unintentionally hooked with us?
hang on, all of them.
No. Yeah, oh god.
But I haven't finished the
Okay.
previous query, so actually, you guys did all right. So
Mhm.
the salvage operation is the next chapter, which is when Ulch came in, and essentially this whole thing is just there's a spooky ghost boat that has money on it. Do you want to go and find money? So like, it was kind of nice that there was like something I could do to like motivate the party to go there, because there was like deeds and other things, and like Lemon can attest there was a butt ton of money in that blue box, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There was so much money.
yeah, it was like 200,000 gold divided in half because Galen wanted his cut. And then Lemon had invested 90,000 into Saltmarsh that Galen matched.
Damn.
And then that's where that whole thing of like Galen is stealing from us, and like you know, that whole plot point came because Ultra's like, you ripped me off, you motherfucker. But also, I
Yeah.
can't tell anybody that he ripped me off for 90K or ripped the town off for 90K.
And if I had died at some point and did not come back, there was 5,000 gold divided by the 5 of you hidden in the grove.
Yep.
There's money in my
Boy.
grove?
Well, there
You don't
was.
know that. Well, yeah, I guess it exploded.
Rocky's
Oh.
holding on to it.
Oh.
You gave it to him for safekeepings, and he's just like, I understand. Thank you. I will hold on to this one.
Well, he specifically told me to bury it under a tree, so I did.
Yep. I mean, he's an ancient, like, stone guy, so, like, of course he knows where it is.
Yeah.
Isle Abbey was, like, the weirdest one, but it was that was, like, probably,
That one
I
really
think
messed with my head.
that one is such a weird dungeon that I wasn't really sure how it was going to fit in, and then like the inspiration of like mashing a bunch of character stuff together made that island super fucking cool.
I remember, like, just after the end of the campaign, I was like, so that place that we went where, like, my brain had split it, we were in there for so long, I feel like, as a campaign, it split it into 2 sections. It completely forgot that underneath the Abbey was where we found Kier. All it remembered was
Yeah.
inside of the one space where we went down and there was a couple of guys that we fought, and then there was, like, no loot. And I tried to talk to a plant. They were like, I don't know, I'm just a plant.
Oh,
Yeah,
that I accidentally set on fire or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And like I was talking to him, I was like trying to come up with some cool questions, and I'm like, what about that place where we went? Not where Kier was, the other one, the other church. And he goes, that's the same church. And I'm like, no, no. But it was. He
No,
pulled
it's
it up. He pulled
not.
it up, and I'm like, oh my god, it was. It was this same area.
it was the same shit. But that, like, I ran that almost as is. The automatons, the little like roly poly boys weren't in that, but I when I decided it was going to be like the ancient guardian place, but it's so weird because like there was all the undead dudes in the dunes, and that's part of the module. You get to the Abbey and it's burnt out because apparently it's supposed to be bad cultists fighting pirates because they wanted that island because it's easy to spy on Saltmarsh, or like, if you set up cannons and fortifications and stuff, you could like better harass it, or like have a port of like a zone of no entry. but like you go in there and they're all zombies except for the one guy who's supposed to be there, but he's aggressive on sight. So like it doesn't even matter who this man is because he's just gonna kill whoever shows up anyway. So it's like, oh, that's good storytelling. But then you go into the next room, and that's where like Ulch got like murked by skeletal minotaurs
Yeah, the guys with the
when
big
he was
eyes.
not
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And then after that, there's just robots. Like there's constructs. There's the crystal minotaurs in a room, and there's those
Yep.
the weird metallic men with blades, and the statue is supposed to be like a vampiric jade statue that kills anybody who tries to take the treasure. So like I'm like, this is so weird. Why do we have this undead theme?
And now
We
you're
have this
Ami's
evil
mom.
cultist theme, and now there's constructs like that.
Yep.
There's too much going on this island that doesn't make sense. So then I'm like, well, what was the history? Why did this exist in the first place? So I was like, look, when Claris had to go for a while, I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna abduct Joe, and we're gonna do weird Joe things. And I'm like, okay, so that can be the reason they go to the island. And why are we at the undead island? Well, he's kind of like a vampire, bro. So like undead energy being ambient in this area kind of makes sense for this and that. And then it's like, well, who's guarding him? And then that's kind of how like the building blocks came together, where essentially I ran the manual as is. I added some more. I have to add some more difficulty to all the combats because Wizards of the Coast doesn't know how to balance things, and they balance it for a party of 4 and not for a party of 6. So to circle back to the how many monsters did you change? All of them. For the most part, I always have to add something because the party dynamic is separate from what the book scales towards.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
also like there was the one that we couldn't fight very well because we didn't have the type of fire or whatever we needed, firepower we needed to fight it, and I
Oh,
turned it
yeah.
into armor.
The turtle hydra.
Turtle Hydra.
Yeah.
Like
Turtle
stuff
Hydra.
like that you just completely are like, nah, you're gonna be different, and then you're like, oh shit, nobody has the ability to fight this.
Oh, it's even worse because that doesn't exist in the module.
Oh jeez.
That's totally just an encounter I made up. Mostly because I was looking at stat blocks of creatures who can swim, and I saw a snapping turtle hydra, and I'm like, yep, I'm gonna use that. That sounds cool as shit. But I think that's where we deviate. So chapter 5 is the final enemy, which is going into the Sahagin fortress. And that's kind of where we had stopped. There's 2 more chapters after that, but I
Welcome
didn't
in,
want
Beef.
to run
If
them
you have any questions, make sure you ask them in
because
the
they just
TTRPG
didn't
table
really
talk
fit for
thread.
what we were doing. So like it's supposed to send you to some other island that has giant harpies attacking it, and then there's this weird like huge, not quite like a rock, but they have like a weird name. It's a bird, like antelope hybrid. And like that's the whole story, is you're supposed to just go there and fight them for some reason. The other one was like this other like undead crew that is like can infect you with diseases and stuff, and you're supposed to like go and venture into the shipwrecks of the drowned ones, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. We're you know, we reached the end of the Sahagin conflict, and that was kind of, even when we ran it, we stopped at that point because there's 2 more modules, but they're so like disconnected that it doesn't really make sense narratively anymore. You kind of like build up the Sahagin threat, and then you deal with the Sahagin threat, so that kind of feels a little bit more of the capstone. So we definitely deviated after that, and it was more like character focused stuff. So we had already like an established world and established characters. So I was trying to like basically take that time to fill up character arcs. And that's kind of where we were at. But it was a little bit of like one thing in front of the other. And I had some plans, of course. Like it was kind of building it as we went, and there's some foreshadowing for things, and it kind of came to a head. But the finale and like transitioning into season 2 was just kind of like to do something a little bit different. So you guys didn't really have like a hero's ending, but I really liked it.
I think that it worked out really well. Like it was real. It could have been a lot worse, but it was really well done.
Oh,
Mhm.
well done. It broke my heart.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
If you're not okay, so like I said, we've laughed, we've loved, we've cried together. We're basically D&D family now.
That, does that mean we have to go to like family therapy together? You know,
I mean, you know what they
does
say,
Rick pay for that?
only the best of family traumatizes you in the way that we've been traumatized. Right? That's normal, right?
I don't know about that.
So I'm a little more. I think we answered some, but
Mhm.
breaking off like whatever happened to Varric Pine Park.
Yeah.
I teased it a
The
little
worst
bit.
babysitter ever.
Oh,
I teased it a little bit. Unfortunately for player wise,
Yeah.
Gingy left on like a trip, and then things got like busy for him, and he just kind of life took over, and
Yeah.
that's all it was.
Unfortunately, adults, you know.
So Bear kind of like went into the weeds, but his whole storyline was like he was like the disgraced son of a noble because I think he like killed his father,
Huh.
but his name wasn't actually Varric. He had a different name, so he had kind of had like, oh no, he killed his brother.
Oh.
So he killed his brother and is being hunted by his father, but he took his brother's name because he can't justify what he did. So he's trying to like go off and be a better person and like redeem his name and that sort of stuff. So he went back to his castle to kind of like redeem himself or to like try to clean it up, and it was taken over by the Dreadwoods.
Yeah.
So in the busted up dinged armor that you guys found at the haunted house.
I was the only one that found him.
Yeah, so I described it when you guys found it that it looks like somebody got hit by a car.
Yeah.
So like big, like dented, like rusted kind of armor. So he went into the Dreadwoods and went insane,
Yeah.
and then was corrupted by the Dreadwoods.
That bodes well for season 2.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. Like very early on, the Dreadwoods was like super bad place with like super bad things happening there. So when you guys went to go get the revival stuff for Kordak,
Yeah.
it had been like slightly before then, a Cretu had been kicked out of his grove. His grove had been destroyed by somebody that murdered all of the creatures, like all the animals and stuff that he was guiding. And you were going back to his desecrated grove.
Yeah, we
And he
needed
said
to
there
get the
was like
lotus
the murder,
seeds.
like the slayer, the murderer was there, the corrupted one, and that was Varric.
Yeah. And I think I remember there was something in his chest that was just like spreading outwards.
Like little like rooty
Little
things that were
rooty things.
poking out of his body, and
It was like you described it, and it was horrifying to picture in my head.
yeah, it was not good. So it was kind of like cycling back to what happened to this character when they were left on their own and like separated from a support group, and it was bad. It wasn't good. So ultimately, like that corruption caused him to go and destroy the grove for whatever other purposes. And it was also like it's a little bit of that cautionary tale, a little bit of that foreshadowing of like the forest is really not good, and something is actively trying to remove safeguards so that it can continue to spread. And like you can't just wander around here without losing your mind. So like foreshadowing.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Moving on from that one there, since we were talking about it, did you expect us to create a whole, like, magical ritual to bring the captain back?
Uh, that whole scenario was kind of like, oh fuck. I didn't know what was going to happen with that. My secret is I just do stuff to see what you guys how you react. Like, I don't have a lot of plans for a
That's
lot of
fair.
things.
That's fair.
I just
Yeah.
do stuff because the thing that's most interesting to me, from like a GM perspective, is like having moral choices or
Mhm.
having like a difficult decision to make. And then like what path would you take from there? Are you going to do the right thing that's harder, or are you going to do like something that's kind of like on the grayer scale that may be easier? And I wanted to like give you guys as much choices as possible. So like when we cycle back to like the lizard folk, there's no real wrong choice. They're just people you could recruit. So like not engaging with that doesn't harm the story, and it has some kind of narrative effect because it has to. Otherwise, like your decision doesn't matter if it doesn't affect the story.
Yeah.
And I'm very much against like removing those type of it doesn't matter what you do, this is just how it happens. I don't like those
Actions
types
have
of
consequences. If there's no point of that, then there's
yeah.
no point.
And like your choices should matter. So like if you go out of your way to do something, then you should, unless it's like impossible, like you should find ways to be able to do what you need to or want to. So the unsinkable crew dying as a result of like the breakdown of communication, it was really, I didn't have to do it. Like in retrospect, it was probably a really shitty thing to do, to like kill a bunch of people, and they could have just retreated. But I also think I had that never leave a man behind, and then I make a roll, and then I decide like based on that roll how, like, it's usually a scale, right? So like if somebody's not super wise and I roll like an 18 or something, then I'm going to make like the most logical decision. If somebody like Kordak in that example, I rolled for him and I think I got like 11. And that I assume that's like a wisdom saving throw of like, you need to decide. He was in a position where you guys were in the tower, things were getting bad. He has to risk someone. Either he leaves and he abandons you to your fate, or he stays and he endangers the rest of the crew. And the harder thing for him to do would be to abandon you, so he stayed. And like, I know as the DM, as the one that has the context that this character wouldn't, the smarter choice would be just to fuck off because you guys are gone, you guys are safe. But reasonably, he has no way of understanding that has happened. At one point, like the sea elves were there and supporting, and at some point, like they had to cut their own losses, so they had to leave. So it was just like that's another moment of like, okay, either I'm going to continue to try to buy my crew inside time, or do I save these people? And he's the way that I always played him was like, it's all or nothing. It's all the crew or no one. So like he had to stay. Like I couldn't make him abandon the crew inside and like deviate from the plan. And also like he's not the smartest cookie.
Oh.
Like tactically either. So like he relies on a lot of people to make the decisions. So if he's like, I don't know what to have for breakfast, and then like agonizes over that for an hour, he's not ever going to be able to make that decision. The decision paralysis would just keep him in that holding pattern until he couldn't anymore.
That's such a mood, though.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to make a bad decision to make a good deal.
Oh no.
Oh God.
So like I try to keep things true to like certain characters, but also like I leave a lot of stuff up to random dice rolls. So like when you're like, why is he rolling that dice? It's like, I have to make a choice, and a lot of the times I just leave like arbitrary choices. I just leave up to the dice. Like roll a d3. There's 3 people in range. I'm gonna hit this person. Or like I think to make a smart choice, I need to have like a 15, and I roll like a 13. So it's like, all right, so he's maybe not the best choice, but like a smarter tactical decision. So like with some of that stuff, it's just
That
vibes.
that's kind of funny because as a player, if I'm unsure of what I would do, that's kind of how I make my decision as well.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Right?
I'm
Like,
slowly
I
getting
use
oh, I
rock,
don't
paper,
know.
scissors.
I don't actually know how I would react in this situation, so I'm just going to assume that this requires intelligence. Do I make a smart choice or a bad choice? Here we go.
Yeah. Moving on to a little bit more of a lighter note. So there were a bunch of things that we missed throughout the campaign that we had talked about, like um running into Ned was supposed to happen a lot sooner. There was like the telepathic lobster in the
Yeah.
Sahagwin Tower. Can you expand on if there was any other like opportunities like that that we just missed, or on those 2 instances themselves?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of um like curiosities and like strange things. Like there's a prisoner in the Sahagin temple. You were like almost there, yeah, through the rooms, but it was in that one. There was one like choked out corridor that you guys
Hi,
backtracked instead
Hustler.
of
Welcome.
proceeding
Oh,
through.
that's not Hustler. That's
There
Undefined
is there
using
was
a
a
Hustler
prisoner in
emote.
there, like a halfling guy who was
Welcome in,
like on his
Undefined.
last legs dying. That was supposed to give you information. There's a lot of like those types of scenarios where it might be like a room you didn't open or like an area you didn't explore, and a lot of the times like the module just has shit that doesn't make sense. So my example is in the ghost house there was the X on the door where it said dead inside. In the room that you rested in, it was on the far side chamber. There's skeletons in that room that come to life when you walk into it and fight you. And if you go through the next room, there's a skeletal alchemist in that room, and he's experimenting with turning things into gold for some reason.
Okay.
So there's
Okay.
just like an undead wizard. There's a wizard in there who died, who resurrected himself as a skeleton, and continues to research there, and probably still does that now because you
Was
burned it to the ground, but it's in
yeah.
ruins. But he was in a safe room, so he's still probably there experimenting on magic.
Was he hostile?
Yeah,
Oh,
is basically anybody that wasn't undead that walked in the room, he
yeah.
was supposed to fight on sight. And I'm like, I don't know why this is here, but sure. Like, so like there's like in the Sahagin area, I think that was the area you explored the least because there were so many dangers around every corner. Um, you got through like a lot of the big areas, but there was also like when you guys decided to go down the floor, there was that long hallway and then the branching path. If you had turned down that path, there was the telepathic lobster and the barons. So you could have just like if you had decided to, rather than go straight and down the stairs, if you took a right, you would have been able to fight the barons and deal with them potentially. It would have been an ugly fight, but you wouldn't have had to go down to the arena where Ulch did that one-on-one
And got cut in half.
and got cut in half. The other thing
I
too
love
is
that
like
fight.
I set up
Good
that
one.
fight. I was like, I'm gonna add some like politics to the Sahagins.
Yeah,
And like
make him
maybe there's a
smarter.
faction, or there's they're supposed to be kind of smart, but there's a faction of them that maybe don't agree with what's happening, but they're pulled into it. Because you're supposed to have this big gladiatorial battle. Like it's in the module that there's this big arena of Sahagin and they're supposed to fight, and like somebody's fighting there, but it's like it's not clear. if you win your fight, you can leave the area and the ones there won't kill you, but everyone else in the hallway will kill you. So it's like that doesn't make a lot of sense. So let's up the stakes, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna so basically like his whole story, his whole clan is just a machination of my own design. Because I think adding a little bit of that political intrigue where it's like it's either I get to bring you to the barons and say, look what I killed. My clan is like contributing,
Uh-huh.
and we don't need to go on the battlefield because I've defeated their greatest hero.
You have simultaneously said, I don't want politics, and then, hey, look at these politics.
Yeah, monster politics are cool though.
People politics
Monster
suck.
people politics, though.
Yeah, the people politics of like
Oh,
bickering and
gosh.
just like sneering at each other. It's like
Yeah.
I could deal with it.
Try saying that 5 times fast. People politics.
People politics. But it was also like it gave you an interesting decision because you could just like go away, right? You didn't have to follow that man. You didn't have to go into the arena. It gave your party an opportunity to short rest. I also assumed like I didn't know who was going to fight the man. I think Hustler had the best chance if he had rages left. When I was like designing the encounter itself, because if he had rage, then he would take half damage. He's dealing full damage back. You know, if it's a slugfest, he probably wins statistically.
Yeah, as long as he can rage.
As long as he can rage. But the thing is, you guys also then went into the shark room.
What is it that he said? I have to have a reason to be angry?
Yeah. Oh. Yes. That line got me, bro.
Yeah.
Hustler at the end was like absolutely peak.
Fuck, it was
Just
so
for the
good.
one-liners. I also didn't expect Ulch to be the one to do that fight, and then just like it got like coin flip after coin flip of who was gonna win that one. So that's also why I wanted to like bring that guy back during the purple or like the corrupted phase when we were going to go and deal with the pink demon in the water, the Wastrolith. I'm like I have to bring him back because it's like after that fight, you guys didn't hold up your end of the bargain.
Nope.
He killed you. He won fair and square, and you guys dipped. So when you dipped, like he's beat to shit. And when might makes right, he doesn't have the strength now to fight the push back against the barons. So he has to bring his people into the Saltmarsh, but at the same time, like he took out all of his anger at you guys on Saltmarsh. So like his warriors were on the front lines and doing the most amount of damage and like trying to fight back because he felt betrayed because his victory was stolen from him. So like
Yeah.
part of those considerations come into play when it's like how douchey am I going to be?
Significantly, apparently.
But the thing is, like, before it was just like, this is what the Baron wants to do, and now it's like, well, you've stolen my victory, so I'm going to kill all of your people, like as many of them as I can, because you have dishonored myself and you've dishonored me and you in this fight.
Yeah.
But also, like, I can't blame you. Like, that was the smartest play of just fucking getting out of there.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the times where I knew I was having like a long shift at work. Because, oh, speaking of which, I love it that you guys didn't know the entire, like, most of the campaign that I have work on on Saturday mornings. So you're just like, Lucy fell asleep in her chair again.
Oh, but like we knew, but it was also like, yep,
Yeah.
sleepy.
Yeah, EP. I think it was one of the times where I preset this up. I was like, hey, I think I talked to Lenoki about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe
You were
Joe.
saying, if anything happens
if X
here,
and Y happens, do C and D.
Yeah.
If
It's
this
like,
happens, turn me into a seahorse and zip us the heck into the Feywilds or something.
Yeah. Use that thing that you got.
Hi, Gentle. Welcome in.
It was wild.
I also want
Yeah.
I also remind you guys a lot about
We
things that
forget
I think
so many things.
are interesting
Honestly,
or like
yeah.
I think my goal for season 2 is I need to take notes.
Yes, and then give me said notes and I'll put them in the thingy.
Okay, cool. I will do I'm also going to be keeping the VODs and uploading them on the YouTube channel that I've had for ages now that I've never used.
There you go.
So that'll help, and then there'll be an extra archive that's not on a potential this might combust disc.
Don't want that to
Yeah,
happen.
That was
that's
so sad.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was anything you guys missed that couldn't have been missed. Because anything that you need for like plot reasons or information that you need to
It's
like
true, Blue.
make the appropriate decision,
I think at the end of the
I just
season, I
find
still
another
had
way to give
one
to
of your
you.
rings. I gave the ring of.
We
That
appreciate
reminds
it.
me. I forgot that at some point I gave Captain Kordak the ring of clean language. The one of the Grangle
Uh-huh.
cursed items.
Yeah.
But Quinn still has the ring of like gender swapping.
And the thing is, he had the ring on him when he died,
Yeah,
so like that's why he doesn't have the ring
that's why he
anymore.
doesn't have the ring.
But there was a lot of like random items and stuff. I've taken a little bit of time to like have you guys check them out again, or found another way to like tell you about. Like, you know, you pick stuff up, but you're like, oh, we just need to keep moving. But also with that, it's like I just like to give people stuff and like see what they do with it. So like that's part of my pitfalls is like the like Rook's Bowl was supposed to just give you a hero's feast. It was like a just consumable bowl that generates the hero's feast. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't know when they're gonna use it, but I love this fucking spell, so here you go.
Thanks for the
Uh,
bowl.
Did you expect me to? Oh, I'm muted. Did you expect me to use purify food and drink to cleanse that waterman?
no. Nor in that fight was I
Yeah.
expecting there to be control water to take
Ooh,
away all of his water abilities.
yeah, I did so good. I think I
It
was
w-
raving about that for like a solid 2 weeks after the fact. I was like,
It
"Did you
did
see what
it
I
did
did?
good
Did you see
though.
it?"
Because like it's a clever way of dealing with that, and it surprisingly like I think I hyped it up while we were in that moment, but like there was a lot of abilities that needed to happen in the water. So like that would have been a much uglier fight if he could just as the stat block dictated could just mug your bones.
Oh goodness, I think I pre-planned that too. Like I feel like that's one of those. I've been going into like closer to the end. I was going into battles, kind of pre-planning some spell slots out because like as a druid, I can reset my spell slots every time I long rest.
I'm so jealous.
I know it's so good. I'm gonna miss it in the new season. Like so basically what I have is hold on. Can I pull up Quinn's character sheet here? No.
No.
Basically what I had was it was every single potential spell that Quinn could ever potentially use for each of the levels. And I kind of kept it on what it was most of the time, but every once in a while I'd be like, you know what, let's do this. Like I don't think I had speak with animals after the main like the first house. Like with Joe and the ferrets.
Oh
Hmm.
yes.
Like I'm pretty sure I got rid of that pretty quickly. And took something else instead because I was like, it's cool, but it's not like cool, you know. Like it could be something else, and that would be cool. I definitely like there were spells I always kept on like revivify.
Yeah.
And Quinn still had at the end of the season, I think, the coins needed to cast one more potential revivify that was given to her by Joe, because
Yes.
Joe never spent any money.
Yeah.
So I kept
Oh.
it calculated outside of my general coinage and in just like a coin pouch in my items or something for
Mhm.
one more revivify spell that I never ended up using.
And I think it's just so freaking interesting as we
Mhm.
like expound back upon it. Just like the things we do. I
Yeah.
had a lot of like my spells were done for like either something happened and then I'm like, yeah, like in the beginning in the like the first couple of sessions when we were at the haunted house,
Yeah.
when everyone got mind controlled. And then Ami was like, no, I need that spell. I'm never letting that happen again. But then there's also just random spells that I take for the flavor of it.
For the flavor,
Like
yeah.
the apple pie one. I'm like,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
great. It's not particularly useful, but at some point, it's not about what's the most useful. It's about the flavor.
I tried to take
Fun.
an item for season 2 just for the flavor, and Druk told me I wasn't allowed to because somebody
Right.
else had already taken it, and I'm not allowed to say what it was
Oh,
because it's kind of
gotcha.
spoilery. But he's like, you can't have that, and I go, but it makes sense for my character, and he goes, it doesn't matter, somebody else has it, and I'm like, son of a duck.
You should have been faster, I guess.
What about you, Lemon? How did you deal with, like, how did you like your character stats? And you didn't use a lot of spells at the beginning per se, but you did use a couple of the undead spells, and then you kind of, when you respect, I guess is what it's called.
Yeah, like I started as a paladin and I
Yeah.
thought like maybe I'd really enjoy it, and it wasn't nearly what I thought it was. So I was like, maybe I can switch to something else, and that's why I went and switched to a warlock. And I love how it got interwoven into the story that it's
Mhm.
just like, oh yes, this is why this makes sense, and that was really nice.
Yeah,
And
Druk's
then
really good at
after I
that.
switched, I had a lot more fun with the character.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I always thought it
I
was funny that he did the swippy swappy that everyone usually does, but like in reverse.
Yeah. Do
It's
they
like, oh no, no,
really?
no. I've at least I've seen it before.
Mm.
I mean, a lot of people
That's
start warlock and then break out of their pact and then become something else.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, because, like, so you two have both done campaigns with Druk before.
Yes.
Mhm.
I know that Claris also has. I know that Hustler, I think, has done D&D stuff previously. But I think for me and Ash, I think this was like our first dipping our toes into D&D, essentially.
I do believe that is correct. That is the first foray for,
Because, like,
well, obviously you'll know for yourself, but
yeah. Because, like, so Vikor did attempt to do a campaign. So I had a character who's very similar to Quinn that we were doing, and I think we did maybe 2 sessions. Like, we didn't do a lot. And it ended up with Mustache Mike as a super what was he? He was like a very like a warlock, but like he was supposed to be very like prim and proper, and he was just eating people.
Oh, he was a samurai. He was
Yeah.
supposed to be like an honorable samurai, and we were like eating like cobalt tails or something. And I'm like, I don't even know what's happening anymore.
So like that kind of like adult things, it was like literally 2 sessions and then nothing after that. Like I was still learning D&D. So like I was still a tabaxi over there, and I'm like, I want to play a tabaxi. Like this is what I'm doing. Like I want this character specifically. So, the only difference is so Quinn and the original character, they were still magic, but Quinn was druid, and the other one was like a wild magic druid thing or something like that.
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Yeah. So like the rolling of the dice and stuff like that to determine what happens, but I definitely like playing a druid is really freaking cool, and looking at the new stuff for like the newer material that'll come out, I'm like, that is busted kind of. Like they've changed some stuff for sure. Like I'm not playing a druid in the new season, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
see, I have a question.
Yeah.
If along this kind of character line is, did you always have like your class in mind? Like, if you could do it over again, would you be the same that you were? Would you be Quinn the Druid? Would Ulch be Ulch the? Well, I guess Ulch changed, but
Yeah.
well, like,
I think
would
the
that have
smartest
changed?
choice was having Quinn be full druid, but there were talks of having Quinn split because
Mhm.
of the whole Dragon Dad situation and having maybe a little bit of the Arcana stuff. and then that just kind of just never happened. I just went
Yeah.
full druid.
Yeah, see, like if I started Ami, and Ami was is a bard, and I think if I was to do it over again, I think I might play more into sorcerer, like wild magic or
That'd be
something else
cool.
like that,
Yeah.
because I feel like Ami has a lot of like the innate magics, but I also just love the art and the cooking so much. It's like how would I even make sorcery into that? So
Mhm.
it's kind of like a mixed bag. It's
Lemon?
one of those things where it's like, would you change it
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
no?
how did, like, obviously you didn't like the beginning with your character and you kind of specced out. Was there anything after that that you were like, maybe I should have done it this way instead?
Yeah. Was there anything you would have changed?
Uh, I don't think so.
No. That's good.
You're pretty happy with it once you became Warlock?
Yeah. Well, now that I know that there was apparently some abilities that I really didn't use, I think I probably could have done it a lot better. But
What did you miss?
I don't remember. But I remember Drew
Mm.
said last time we were playing that it was like, oh yeah, you could have been doing all this entire time, and I'm just like, shit.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah, I dunked on Lemon a little bit when we were
As you
setting up
should.
the new character stuff. Because he had curse the Hexblade's curse. It as a
Yes.
Hexblade. As a bonus
Oh,
action, you just
interesting.
curse somebody, and then you do your proficiency damage extra on your weapon attacks. You crit on a 19 and 20, and when that person hits 0, you get temporary hit points back, and he never once used it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I try to give some reminders, but I also like I'm at the same time not in the player's head, so like
Yeah.
I'll advocate for like actions that you could be missing so that you have combat efficient turns.
Which we appreciate because
Uh,
I had no idea what I was doing 98% of the time.
like
Yeah.
commonly asking Claris if Joe's gonna punch as a bonus action because you can punch one for free and not spend any key points. It's just kind of like, you know, you have a key point option,
Hey,
but you also have the
you
free
wanna do a
option.
punch?
Do you want to punch? Because the other thing is like, and I think
Yes.
for Joe, like they had a telepathic feature. They used
What?
Mage Hand like once or twice, but
Oh,
they never
right.
once used the bonus action push from that feat. And I'm like,
Oh.
I don't know if there's like a character reason why you haven't done it, or if there's like, you know, so like I don't want to like tell you what you should be doing with your turns. The player agency is supposed to be there for a reason. Um, Similarly, like Lemon had another feature that I mean I never used it because it's such a weird flavor shift. Is when you kill somebody, you can raise them back as like a you can bring them back to life as like a hound, a hound, a shadow hound, and you like pull their shadow out of their body. And it's like that's weird. Like you have a specter now after you kill somebody for 24 hours, and it's like that's a strange flavor shift for Ultra. So like I could understand not wanting to use all the features because some of them are like really weird.
Mhm. Well, I really liked starting off as an Oathbreaker Paladin because I felt like that kind of went with the characters, like, you know, everything fucking sucks. This is absolute garbage. I just want revenge kind of thing. But like switching into the Warlock, it felt a little bit better in terms of, okay, I have all these things that I can do, and it's not all just for flavor.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We had a really good
Makes
question
sense.
from Blue for you, Drew, on the topic of our characters. What was your favorite character to play as, like to act out as, and like why?
Mm.
Because I know that you have a couple of really good ones that you enjoyed, but like, is there?
Richter.
Oh no!
That's the
I
meme
love
answer.
Richter.
I loved him so much.
You
Yeah.
you fucking
Oh.
using him as the bomb carrier.
I
Oh.
know. I know. It was the dickish move that I could pull, but like yeah.
Yellen's a dick.
I realized kind of like in the back half of the campaign that a lot of the characters were like low intelligence, just kind of like silly boys. And I'm like, oh no, I need to get out of this trope because like if you put like Richter, Yabo, and with
no.
Kordak and Rook in a room, it's just like there is no thoughts between
Oh
that entire
no.
group. They're just gonna
They're
pick their
so
nose and pick
they're
each
just
other's nose and
make trading cards.
yeah. So I
Would
was like,
that
oh
be
boy.
so bad?
That would be so bad.
No,
Well,
it'd be so
go-
good.
It's so good.
going into that episode, I didn't even expect Galen to do his thing. Like that's I'm gonna be whole dead ass with you right now.
Oh jeez.
Did you originally plan for Gellin to actually bugger off?
Oh no, that was literally in the moment of in the you see in the meeting room there's Anders and there's Gellin. Like it was in that moment when Aftari was like, you know, we need
We need more
we need to
people.
get people to go and we need to raise an army. And Anders is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then Gallen's like, cool, I'm out. And then I'm like, oh no, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because the other thing is like the session before that, like when you left, you told Anders like he stole a bunch of money and like you need to look into this and like he only cares about himself. So they were like literally in that meeting of like confronting him, and then like Aftari comes in as like the heroes of Saltmarsh, like the one group of
God, why did we send
unhinged.
Aftari?
It's
I
like
was
the
like,
most unhinged, powerful people in Saltmarsh are super distracted. Now's my time to get out. This place is gonna burn to the ground. I'm out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take everything I
Yeah.
can and I'm gone. Because like if the council's already like fractured and the heroes are imploding the town, like this is a great time for me to cut my
I just
losses
think it was
and
funny that
dip.
Quinn was running around going, I have a plan! Nobody's listening to my plan! As everybody else is off doing their own thing, going, and she's just like, why is nobody listening to my plan?
Yeah. And I also knew like the only person that could get close enough to Ulch to like send the final fuck you would have been Richter. So that's why like he did it as a tactical choice of, you know, because he's a smart fellow. Um, he's tactical and devious and doesn't really care about a lot of people. So just one kind of final fuck you, and with that enough like distractions and like you know, you shake somebody up enough, they're not gonna know. Like misdirection, very like
Yeah.
classic swindler thief kind of thing. Like look over here, cool, I'm over there now. But I have to say, like my favorite character to play was Kier, like bar none.
Oh, you seem to enjoy him.
Oh my god, he's such a dick. Like I
he
feel bad.
is.
I feel bad for playing him because like I don't like mind games and like that's his entire like deal. But like you have to, and I will say like it was supposed to be more of a slow burn, but like as we're shifting into, you know, like the idea came up of like, oh, we're gonna do a season 2, so we're gonna wrap this up. So like when people were like, oh, I don't know if Kier's like really gonna be the villain, I'm like, don't worry, bro, I got you.
Who said that?
I think it's just an excuse to bring him into season 2, because why not?
Well, he's supposed to be the main villain. Like that's the
Yeah.
main
He's
antagonist,
the
and like
BBEG.
yeah, overcoming whatever Kier is, and however subjugation looks like through like defeat or capture.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the purpose of going forward. And like why not? Like he's a super interesting character for me because I've been able to see all the background stuff and like put together how it is. So like you guys have a very small portion of what like Kier has, and there's like more depth
Yeah.
behind it. And I think there's some interesting stuff that's still to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But like linking that like character with two previously disconnected characters, you know, saying it's Ami's great uncle with the person that has like Joe is like entangled with and wants to destroy.
Settle the question. Was the person who died his lover?
Yeah, it was his husband.
Okay. Oh, his husband.
Yeah, and technically, it may not be super obvious because you need to know a lot of lore stuff, but it was a fairy it was a pixie born to fairies.
Mhm.
So it was
A pixie born to fairies?
yeah. So pixies are or sorry, sprites. Sprites are typically all male fairies. Fairies are all female fairies.
Oh.
So it was a fairy who had forsaken their magic, essentially transgender.
Huh. I love it. Love it. Lemon asked, was there I can answer this one for you, Lemon. Lemon asked, was there any times you pulled your punches because things went differently than you anticipated for the plot? And I can say absolutely no, he did not. With 100% clarity. Especially because I know for a fact during that last battle, he expected us all to be there and he didn't change a thing.
Pulling, yeah.
kind of
As
was.
far as pulling your punches go, there's always like some micro changes that I make to characters or to like stat sheets and boss sheets. I'm usually pretty. I'm on the side of like this guy's incredibly dangerous, and I'm just gonna throw him as is, or like I'm gonna add these features to this guy and make him super deadly, and then you guys curb stomp him, and it's like, oh, okay, well, all right then. I'm trying to think of like a battle that went incredibly bad for you. I think there was a lot of slugfests, but I don't think there was one that was necessarily like, this is really bad and I'm going to kill them all.
There it is. I don't know if you can answer this, but Lemon also asked what was with the mind tree and Joe.
Well, I had teased it a little bit,
Mhm.
so if a observant mind would have shown, and there was this also comes into there was a turning point for Kier, and then he realized, oh, this is what my role is in this story. So during Kordak's revival, he visited Joe at Quinn's house.
Yes, he did.
He was like he's feeling a little bit down. He was like a touch vulnerable at that moment. He's like,
Mhm.
I don't know many people in this world, and like me thinking about if I was going to come and interrupt your ritual and then just watch you guys squirm, and it would be really cool. And then I thought about like what happens if someone interrupted my ritual, and now I'm kind of bummed out, so I'm just gonna go home. Like I'm gonna leave because I'm sad now, basically. And like basically was trying to like extend the olive branch of conversation, and Joe was like, absolutely fucking not. Get out of my face, you terrible man. And he's like, oh, I'm the villain. Okay. I know what I
Yeah.
need to do.
Yeah. Like Kier was definitely
And like
he was the worst. He was the best of the worst of the like he made you feel like you understood why he was the way he was, and you could be like, yeah, no, I get it, but like be better, bro, kind of thing.
yeah, that's why I really like him as a character, because I've given him a lot of like nuance, and it's not like I'm a comically evil man. I'm evil McEvilson, and I do evil because it is my way. I mean, he wants to commit genocide on an entire continent, and that's like super bad. That's very, very bad. He was in prison for a long time from his family, so like that's that could kind of fuck somebody up. And then he's also like, I have possessed dozens of people to steal their skills. It's like, okay, you're kind of a dick again. Like you're tormenting people
Yeah.
for what purpose? And in a weird way, in his mind, he's like, I think there was one missed conversation between him and Ami that I had kind of in my head thought out, but it never came to pass. Of like, look at Joe. If they lived in a monastery meditating, would they be as strong as they are right now?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. And the other thing is like, speaking about how different Fays get their power, he gets his power from darkness, like through like those kind of conflicts. So like those emotions that you tried to tell him about, like, you know, acceptance and love and stuff, is like that's just going to make me weaker. I think there is like an element of that where Ami is stronger with, you know, making people happy and feeling fulfilled and being creative. And if you take those things away, like if you're stifled, or if you you know, Ami in not a state to be able to be expressive and creative would technically be a worse version of Ami, right? Still a different side of them, but not necessarily as powerful to be able to stop or save or protect people. If Ami was pushed onto a warpath as a bard and with your current skill set, like how much damage could you deal?
Yeah. And then
You
I
know,
guess it goes
Yeah.
down to the question of like, is that better? Is power what's the best? Is
Mhm.
the immediate Ami thought is that kind
yeah,
of
and like bring like Ami has been a very support centric, like I I make my friends be stronger so that they can overcome this. I don't need to overcome this by myself. We can do it through cooperation. And I think that stems from the, you know, polyamorous mother family where it's like you can
Yeah.
see people are good
My
at
mom
different
said it was
things.
fine.
Well, and each
Yeah.
mom has their own specialty,
Yeah.
right? Like there's some
Exactly.
overlap, but
Joint.
like Mama Dio's good at this and Mama Morphe's good at this, and like they let them each other's strengths, you know,
Yeah.
raise up the rest of them. So like I feel like there's that sort of subtleness that's to Ami where it's like I'm strong because I'm by myself.
So
I'm
I
strong
have
because I'm dark. Is
Mhm.
and technically Joe is part Fae.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Would
have
Joe,
2 follow-up questions with that. For one
but
for
hang on, hang
Kier.
on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on.
Okay. Okay.
Don't interrupt the train of thought. So that in his mind, he's making the best version of Joe. He's making the strongest version of Joe
Yeah, because he equates
because
that with
she's weaker without conflict, which is like totally fucked up. But
yeah.
that's that I'm preparing these people, these dark fae. I'm showing them the path. I'm showing them how to be stronger. Not everyone uh, needs flower and rainbows and acceptance to be who they're supposed to be. So in a weird way, he's trying to mentor Joe.
In the most twisted way possible.
Yeah. Well, and it was obvious in that moment that, oh, you need a purpose. You need a rival. You need something to overcome to be stronger. Oh, cool. I can do that.
I can be that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So my follow-up question is, so Kier has the whole like darkness makes him stronger thing, but he has known love before. So does that mean what was he before that loss? Was he just kind of like a regular Fae guy, or was he always kind of one of the dark guys?
So that's the other, like, obviously I have some stuff
Yeah.
sorted out, and some of the information that I wanted to give uh, on me in that moment, like the name, the picture was one thing. There was still some, like, if you talked to your moms and got some information in like a less time constricted manner, because you guys are kind of on the clock with the eclipse and stuff coming up and the immediate battle that was ahead.
Yeah.
But it was a situation where there was some kind of battle. There was a conflict between humans and Fae. The purpose I'm going to obfuscate because it's like ancient history, so nobody would really know why it started or what the purpose was. What mattered to the story was Fae were being taken and mangled and tortured and killed. A portal, like a weak point between the two planes exist in the forest, and that's why presently Granny Nightshade controls the forest and is expanding its reach. But obviously, Kier lost the only thing that he deemed was good. So part of the conversation is you can't have dark without light. If you have light and together, you have nothing. And if you have dark and dark together, you have very little. Everything is just shades of black, or you have pure white. So you need to have one with the other. And if Kier is this terrible, dark, evil dude, just imagine how great Avery would have been. Like, perfect complement to that second side of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's so sad.
My heart.
So the end goal is kill everyone, take the continent, and only then can Avery come back.
Gotcha.
Only in a perfect world can they return, because they don't deserve to feel suffering again.
No, I like fully understand that. Branching off of that, to talk about Ami's moms a little bit more and like some stuff. You mentioned some things to me about the moms and like how they're running the Fae world and like Dio sickness and
Talk about politics, bro.
yeah. Okay, you go
Fae
on.
politics are
Yeah, fuck.
wild.
Because
We
I think you
didn't
know what
touch
I'm
on it.
branching to.
We didn't touch on it a lot, other than the fact that, like, and I think part of it would be a lot of information is still kept from Ami, like the family business stuff isn't really what they wanted you to focus on, right? You do your studies, be stronger, like go and explore, like
Be a kid.
be a kid. And then when you're ready, the grown up stuff is around the corner. Like when you're a teenager, you know the bills are being paid and you know they go to work, but you don't care about taxes and, budgets and stuff. It's like I live here. This is my house.
Exactly.
So that's kind of the gauge that I had for like how much information the different courts would have. You're friendly with many of the fake courts. There would be like fancy parties that you might have gone to at some points, or like other fake courts. But there's still always the internal power struggle when it comes to any sort of like governing bodies or elite gatherings, right? You go to the party and there's whispers about this baron's, this baron's
Son or
daughter
whatever.
is going to brothels or something.
Oh
So like
jeez.
there's still like that power struggle, like the Fey realm is relatively peaceful in the Summer Court, but there's still people that are vying for power and territory and that sort of thing. So even though it's safe, it doesn't mean that it's like that nobody has ill intentions for you or your family.
And like Dio is sick.
Yeah, and from what Lenoki gave me is like Dio is capable, but has like a permanent disability, kind of, right? That was the idea, that
Yeah.
there's always been something there, but that doesn't stop her and isn't like
It's not. Yeah, exactly.
a negative, right? It doesn't detract from Dio's usefulness or potency, and it's just a thing.
Yeah, but you were mentioning, I don't know if I can actually say this, but I'm going to anyway. You were mentioning how, like, for a lot of people, or sorry, for a lot of the Fays, the only way they can be defeated is usually, like, by one specific thing.
Yes. So when dealing with an archfey,
Yeah, that one.
I'd posted this before. In archfey lore, there's you can't just kill an archfey. Like that's like fighting a demigod. They have a nemesis. That's what it's called. Archfey are difficult to kill. For each one had a nemesis, an item, a special condition, or a creature that could slay it. But only one nemesis could destroy them. And nemesis were unique to each archfey. So that was a description because that means there's some sort of practice to defeat Kier. There's some sort of practice to defeat Ami's moms. A lot of the archfey. I mean, part of the power of Ami's family is, hey, yo, you got 5 archfey in one place. That's fucking crazy. Like I'm an archfey and you have 5 of them.
Yeah.
But like, do they really? Like, what happens if one of them passes? What happens if Dio does die?
Yeah, how does that affect the power struggle? And some of the information, like Lemon's question was like, what's happening with the stolen time? And that being said, like, yeah, the time difference being admitted to by Mama Crow is like, I am stealing that time. And the rest of the Fey realm doesn't know this, nor do the other moms. This is just
Did
something
I
Crow
ever
has done.
Did I ever tell Ami? I don't think I did.
I don't
I
think
don't
you
think you
did.
did.
I don't think you
Yeah.
did.
What is it, Lemon?
Hmm?
What is it?
What is what?
What is the thing that you didn't
Well,
tell
I mean,
Ami?
technically, what happened is
Oh.
you found that out, and then it was immediately fight your brother time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And like, it was that for somebody that is so powerful and can see so many possibilities, like not knowing like the uncertainty of the future and what the good call is, like really starts to show when you're dealing with this individual. So I think there's part of the hope of like, if you kill him, then I don't have to deal with him and he's not a threat to my family anymore. But the reason that Dio is sick right now, if we rewind and go, Aftari left Ami's home, went through Kira's invitation door, and was being harassed by Darklings.
Yep.
And Ami had scryed on them. And then utilizing that sort of seed of rejection, the banishment spell that Kier cast through Joe when you were sitting with Joe on the after the lizards, where the shaman tried to exorcise him out of her. Ami got very sick with that sort of like dark corruption, and Dio cleared that from you, and at the same time planted a seed to try to cleanse Joe.
Mhm.
You would understand magic is, and you expel healing energy. That healing energy absorbs into the other person. I play Dio a little bit more as a martyr, taking on the burdens of the family. That's a little bit more literal when it comes to Kier. And part of the Kier was surprised that looking at the memories and spying and finding out that Dio is encumbered was new information to him. This happened after he was sealed. So it stands to reason that any of the battles and the injuries to the moms when sealing Kier were taken on by Dio. It's a little bit of that self-sacrifice to make my family healthy and happy.
Yeah.
So that's why she's sick right now, or like in the present time when she was unwell again, taking on more of that bad juju. But if we cycle back to Cordex Revival and talking with Joe, he demonstrated that he had Joe's power, or like Joe's martial arts skills that she built up. But looking at in that scenario, he kind of reached out to touch Joe and was blocked by a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
So the golden leaves, the sapling that was there, is basically Dio's protection, where that Kier can't interfere with Joe. He can't harm her, can't cast spells on them. As long as the sapling is in play, he can't mess with her further. And part of that is, if you think about after the Feywild moment, Kira's only talked to the other crew members. He talked to
Yes.
Ulch and to Ami, and kind of had left Joe out. And part of that was like, a little bit of that manipulation, because it cast a lot of doubt into, well, is he actually a bad guy? He's trying to help us. Is like, which did that like separation of Joe from the party. They pulled back a little bit, and then gave more opportunity for discussion and assistance, and kind of like, oh no, like of course your other crewmates are speaking badly about me because they have a predisposition to do that. I'm not that bad. I'm a good guy. We could be friends.
Yeah.
So it stands to reason that, and so with the pieces of information that we know, Mama Crow is afraid of Kier, is uncertain of what his intentions are. The family is in full defensive mode because he's free. So there's some kind of, if the nemesis thing is to be perceived, and Dio is able to block him out, and somebody in the family was the one to stop them, there's a bit of a what happens.
Well, it's like when I was his most feared thing, he took me out of play as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you got
Like,
the big harm when you
immediate
came out.
lead.
And weird, it sounds like you'll have Bomb of the Summer Court, and magic is maybe somewhat famed.
So
Weird.
bizarre! So bizarre! So bizarre that my Bomb of the Summer Court healing and my protection against good and evil is the thing that he's afraid of.
So I'm not so strict on the, there's only one weakness and one nemesis, but there's definitely an element there between Dio and Kier of maybe a standoff. But what happens if Dio's not there? What happens to the rest of your family, or do they have the power to keep him back? And the other question is, everybody believes each of them are Archfey, but when you make a powerful family, are they still Archfey if one is missing? Or do you lose place in the court? So I'm not going to answer it with other than mystery, because I have left it up to those types of questions. But maybe it's no secret that the 5 of them came together to make one being.
How
and is training them.
bizarre!
Maybe there's a correlation there. I think the other thing that didn't get viewed is it was mentioned, but moms have not physically stepped into the material plane.
Oh,
No.
no, they haven't. There was the statue, but that's just a statue, and then there was the like, what is it, like Mirage on the ship that was talking to Lemon?
And technically Mama Crow visited Ami, but only during a time stop.
Yeah.
And we witnessed Ami being a little bit different in the Feywild.
Yes.
exaggerated fey features, kind of shiny and sparkly, having access to more magic. So it stands to reason that the opposite is true. What happens if you take Mama Crow and bring her to the material plane? Is she going to be as powerful in that space as they are at home? So part of the rationale for that is go and be strong and learn in the material, because then you're going to be strong in the material. You'll be powerful everywhere. I had thought about at one point like Mama Anthe coming to visit you, and I don't know if you know what a quickling is.
No, I don't think so.
A quickling is a speedy fae. They're about 2 feet tall, and they run crazy fast, like 80-foot movement speed.
Oh my god.
It wasn't Anthe like super zippy.
Yeah. She was very quick. So if Mama Anthe ever visited you, she would be a 2-foot tall version of herself.
Oh my god, yes.
Zip, 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 zip. Zooming around.
So I had thought about that, and as like a messenger and as a runner, she's had a security. She's kind of physically fit and ready to go. She's not the tallest of the moms. She's right around Ami's height, but like you would see mini version.
Oh dear.
That would be so good.
It would be the perceived height of Ami.
Yep.
So there is that. Fae are not as strong in the material plane, unless they have been trained to do such or have experienced the difference. It's like, when you spend time in space and then you come back and you feel gravity for the first time. I imagine it's a lot like that. So, and kind of like teased about that stuff with like Magnificus transferring you from the Fey realm through the gate. He seemed duller in the material plane, but still pretty potent and like powerful as a protector, as it were. So, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Politics in
Politics.
monster
Lore.
politics.
Monster politics.
Mind you,
Monster
indeed.
people politics.
It's more likely than you
All
think.
right, I have a question for the two of you, Lenoki and Lemon.
Oh.
What was the biggest plot twist that we encountered that made you guys physically like, oh my god? Because I know what mine was.
What was yours?
Mine was the fact that Aftari was wearing the hat of disguise and was actually Kier the times
Kier? Yeah.
that Kier came to visit.
Yeah, I was like,
Because
what the
I didn't put two and two together. Druk had to point it out. And I'm just like, wait a minute, that makes so much sense, because when he was dancing with you on the ship, Lenoki noted, or Ami noted that he was warm.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, that's weird, maybe it's because he's finally, like, bouncing back.
Yeah. Did
What-
not get sus of that at all. I'm so oblivious.
What was your guys's, or was it the same as mine?
That was it for me.
Yeah.
That was at least the one that like just immediately strikes out in memory.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, you are so right. Druk was like, you've never seen the two of them around. He's never visited Aftari that you know of. But he's visited everybody else.
But I don't think he visited like Hustler or anything.
No.
No, not really.
But like he I was like, holy shit. Mind blown.
Mm-hmm.
What about you guys?
Lemon?
Yeah, I think for myself that was probably it too.
Oh goodness, yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I was
What
trying to like
what other plot twists did
foreshadow.
we have? I'm having such a hard
Dad?
time remembering.
Dragon Dad?
Dragon Dad was fun.
Dad was
I was
good.
very confused about Dragon Dad, but Dragon
We'll
Dad
get
was
into
fun.
that. We'll get into that. There's a whole like what the fuck Dragon Dad question. But what we're gonna do right now is we're almost at the 2-hour mark. I think we're gonna take a quick bio break for everybody.
Sure.
I was thinking just like a quick 5-minute bio break for everybody. and then we can come back because we're not even like halfway through these questions, I don't think, and there's so many more.
I mean, I think we've answered
We've
some
answered a
of them
couple
in
of them.
spirit, but
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
get through.
All right. I don't think I can run an ad. I think Twitch auto ran an ad, but yeah, Twitch auto ran an ad. But we will take like a quick 5-minute break. Does anybody know the Siri bot countdown for that?
I think Lemon might.
5-minute break?
Yeah.
I don't know what 5 minutes is in seconds.
600.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's 10 minutes. 300.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys in chat, if you're still watching and being like, oh my god, this is so good, D&D breakdown. If you have any questions that you haven't had answered, make sure you type them out either here or in the TTRPG channel, and we'll get to them hopefully. But all right, I'm gonna let you.
This is excellent. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. I was gonna let Lemon handle that. I really have to go to the bathroom.
What do I need to handle?
Go
Oh, could you type in the Siri bot 5-minute countdown?
Oh, yeah.
Please. Sorry.
60 times 300. Yeah, I think it's just 5. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm a freaking idiot.
I have people's so far art.
Oh,
I gotta see.
Yeah, so I'm drawing shoes. Like this is the perfect like amount of talking that I can just draw and shoes are evil. By the way, I hate shoes. But no, it's been the perfect like background one. We got gentles here. We're going through it.
amazing.
Yeah. I've been enjoying going through that one. I'm trying to figure out the mask for Joe. I'm trying to figure that out because Joe mentioned well, Clarice mentioned a mask, so I'm like, oh. And then of course with the sketchiest colors, I need to go through this one again. I put the 2 in one, and then I'm just gonna separate it out for the things. But I figured Blue brought up a good point that it would be when they're like on the same tile together. Just use the whole art.
That makes sense.
And so far, I don't know what the clothes are gonna be, but we got the other. I don't know if we're hearable, so I figured I'll just be as discreet in my talking as possible. But yeah, currently working on Lucier's. It's just been good to have in the background. Because I'm like, ah, yes, let's just draw lines while talking about D&D. How are you guys doing so far?
Doing all right.
Learning all the lore. Oops, that should not be like that.
I keep getting like more questions as we're going.
Right? It's like then I stop and then I think about another thing. And then I think about another.
I have a good question for everyone once we get off the break, though, before we
Okay.
go into the other questions.
Here,
Because I know mine, but I'd like to know others.
Lucy's character is like, I forget what the class is called. But like, is there like a weapon?
Artificer.
Okay, good. So I was like, is it artificier? I didn't want to.
Tinkerers.
Tinkerers.
Tinkerer.
See, I wasn't sure if it was like, oh yes, a hammer, or there was classic weapons, because most of the others have like a weapon of some sort in theirs.
I know Lucy had a bunch of weapon options that they said, but they're actually like a little bit more spellcasty.
Oh, okay. Because I know like there's the book thing.
Yeah, so it's a cartographer artificer.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it is like maps and books and like scrolls. That's
Okay.
more of like ink and image, like that sort of like ink and quills and stuff. That's more the imagery that I have. But if there's like weapons or something that should be visible,
Well
I
then,
think that's a
I'll
Lucia
try
thing.
and add maybe like a backsling of scrolls and stuff.
Yeah, our party is interesting.
I'm concerned.
Me too.
Like,
Why are you concerned?
because it's like one bad thing happening from being a disaster.
Oh boy. So as
Like,
far as like party compositions go, I think you'll be okay. But this is the first time we've had 2 double up classes as well.
what are two?
We have 2 fighters and we have 2 multi-class bards.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm
BRB
back.
real quick.
What about now? I'm back.
Welcome back.
Just
I
in
don't know if we
time
were
for the
hearable,
timer.
but we were chatting.
You guys were hearable. I have no idea how to fix audio stuff. I've been thinking about fixing it, but everybody is always hearable as long as they're unmuted.
That's fine.
All of it.
We were speaking as if we were on the air.
Oh, perfect. You're just on the BRB screen, so.
Yeah. I'm very we chatted a little bit because Lenoki is showing screen about some drawings
Oh.
and showed off some of the character arts for the new party coming up.
Lenoki is muted.
Yeah, Lenoki's on BRB.
Okay, hold on. I want to see. Hey, look, it's me.
It is you. There was a question about weapons, and I said you're a little bit more like mappy, scrolly based, but if there's any like
Yeah.
visible armaments that should be on,
Oh,
that was the query.
I have a battle axe, I think it was, that was too big for me. That was given to me by my dad or something like that. Hold on.
Well, the question is, because you can't possibly demonstrate everything you have on your character, but is it important to their identity that it be showing?
I have no idea. Get it?
Yeah. Enodia.
Enodia.
Yeah.
You stole my joke.
It could be oops all
Rejected
fighters, yeah.
Yeah, I said I was talking that there's some concerns that I have, or
Oh, I
limits
love
that I'm
her.
worried about the next campaign. I'm like, me too, bro. It's the first time we've had 2 double ups too.
Oh, she's so. And Lenoki got the textiles right on the shirt too, that I was thinking of. Oh, I love it. We need to talk about the book, but we're gonna wait for Lenoki to get back. Oh,
Hi,
Lenoki
I'm
just
back.
unmuted.
Yeah, it's only if there's directions. We don't want to spend a lot of time on the next season.
No.
We're wrapping up this season.
Yeah. No, we're gonna finish this. I'll message Lenoki privately if there's anything that I need to add. I love it, Lenoki, by the way.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I love her.
It's just been good to like chat and then
Yeah.
you know have some draws in the background.
You know personally with me that oh god, look at him, he's such a boy. You know me, I have no problem with anything that you do ever. Full creative freedom.
Kill a man.
You could kill a man.
Yep.
And
Who would believe you? Who would believe that Lenoki is capable of killing a man?
I don't think I
impossible.
have that command. Ma'am. Nope, man. Nope.
Men?
I have this one though.
Lizard.
Lizard.
All right.
Lizard.
Lemon, you had asked a question that I don't understand.
I have another question too.
Okay.
First.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because I know my answer to this, but I
Okay.
want to know your guys' answer.
Okay.
What change or what thing did Druk do with your backstory that hit you in the feels?
Well, Dragon Dad was not part of my backstory at all.
Mhm.
So that was like a big, oh my god. But I don't think he specifically changed anything too much from the direction that I gave him. Other than there was that one druid that came during the festival where we were reviving the captain that knew my mother. And she
Yeah.
she had compared me to my mother because I was fucking around with life and death. Because this ritual that Quinn had was something that she had seen her mother do. And I don't remember if it was Druk that had said it to me or I had said it to him, but there was Quinn's mom was disappointed that she wasn't a pure druid, and she has a stepsister that she, or like a half sister that she doesn't know about, who her mom was, I'm gonna use this term in the wrong context. She was grooming her to be powerful so that eventually her mom could take over that body with the ritual that Quinn was learning. But she couldn't do it with Quinn because she wasn't pure.
She probably could, she just wouldn't because you
Yeah,
weren't pure.
I'm not pure.
Like that's the right
Yeah, yeah,
context
yeah.
of she's kind of an asshole.
So there was the whole like Quinn was treated badly because she wasn't 100% druid. She was a little bit of something else, and I didn't know what that was. That's why I was just like one green eye, one blue eye to indicate that she's not pure. I don't know how, like, if it's genetics that the eyes are like that, or if she was branded or something like that. Um, the only nice thing that was ever given to her was the hairpin that Quinn wears was given to her by her mother as her druidic focus, and then that was it. Cause like, but yeah, the entire Dragon Dad saga that was completely Druk's brainchild.
Oh, you didn't. It wouldn't be the gut punch of your dad actually wanted to see you, but you just blocked.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Oh, I was blocked. He was blocked. Oh, fuck. Yep, that one. That one was the one. That's the one. I forgot about that. Ugh. Yep, I forgot about.
This is like,
My dad actually wanted me.
Yeah.
How bizarre. What about you, Lenoki?
So, like, I feel like there's been a lot of different things. And originally, Ami was conceived like there's parts of like different things that I went for, but like one of the things was that Ami had that happy family. Like there was no like dead parents. There was no uh nothing like that. And then to like go through and then we find out, okay, why is my mom have a statue in this basement? And then like everything about Kier, oh my god, that just killed me. Like, moi. Chef's kiss. It was
Yeah, yeah,
great,
yeah.
but
That was
like, oh my
great.
gosh, that was one thing that made me go like, oh my Jesus Christ. Um, obviously, then as well, like the humanized, like going through the dreams of the like the broken of Avery, um, and then all that. It's just it's been really good to see what Drew brings from like what you give them to start with, and I think that that's I as much as
Yeah.
I simultaneously hate it, I also love it and would trust Druk with my backstory any day. But also, ow, you hurt my feelings.
well, and it's one of those things like we had that discussion too. Like, is there anything that I can't play with? And it was kind of like the impression that I have is like your moms are like super in love and they're all really awesome and they support you. So it's like that is 100%. And I think it's that duality as well where it's like there's such like happiness here and such love here to know that that doesn't extend beyond your family and your mom's. Like, oh my god, like I think it's that the duality that's there that cuts a little bit deeper.
Absolutely. It,
Yeah.
it gets me. Like just the whole thing, and it's like Ami is obviously like she's old but she's young, and she's I don't know if it's like spoiled brat, but she's just woefully unaware of things. That
Pure
just
innocence.
yeah, exactly. And like she's kind of going through that period of life where it's like, okay, maybe this isn't as like infallible
The
as
world
I
is
thought.
darker than I
Like the
am.
world, yeah, exactly. And then it's her going through the arc of still choosing to be kind despite that.
Mhm.
It's like, oh,
I
not
love that.
everyone is kind, but okay, well, I guess we're gonna just keep going. And it was one of the reasons why Ami chose not to fight in the final one was because she didn't
Uh,
want to like let go of that, and she didn't want to be the reason for other people like to do that. So if she went on her own terms, she felt
mhm.
like it would be the best she could ask for in that moment
Mhm.
when you're backed into a corner.
We're gonna talk about Hustler's character real quick as
Wait,
Oh my
well.
god.
no. We
Wait,
have to hear
wait.
lemons. We have to hear lemons. We can't
Yeah,
skip
we have
them.
to hear
Oh, okay.
lemons.
Sorry, Lemon. Go ahead.
Okay. My whole backstory got
Hi,
drastically changed, but
Smooth.
for the better. Well, actually, not the whole thing, but there was a certain aspect of it. Ulch never had a brother.
Mhm.
Oh,
Surprise.
surprise siblings are the best. I have 2 of them. And a bunch of
Yeah.
dwarves.
So Ulch never had a brother. So that was a change. But what really got me was the scene when Ulch is dead and Mama Crow was going through and showing him like his past and whatnot. And Ulch gets home after like coming home for a while, and he opens his old bedroom door, and his bedroom's been turned into like a fucking workshop. That fucking cut me
Oh, that
so bad.
hits. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so realistic too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We turned
because
your gym into a home office, or your
oh
bedroom into a
no,
home
because
office.
that literally happened to me. I moved out of my
Mhm.
mom's
Oh my
house into my
god.
dad's, and I came
Ew.
home to visit, right? And my mom's like, "Oh yeah, go upstairs, put your stuff in your room." And I go into what was my room, and all my stuff's gone. And I'm like, "What the hell?" And then she's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I switched your room with my old office." And her office is like a quarter the size of my room used to be, so all my
Yeah.
stuff was like shoved in this one little room because I wasn't there. I wasn't living there,
Yeah.
right? And that was just like the fucking
Yeah. True.
I actually I apologize to Lemon after that. I'm like I realized what I did after I done it, and I'm like, oh
Mhm.
no. Like I'm
Oh
sorry,
no.
bro. Like
it was all good, but that was the one that like really got me.
That was the ouchie. Also, hi, Smooth.
Also, hi,
I also
Smooth.
I have to say I don't like being particularly nasty. So like my the character that I have to embody is not always the one that I want to embody. So like when Aftari went home, Aftari was never supposed to go home. That was
Oh.
never a possibility from my understanding. It wasn't anything that like Ash wanted to do necessarily. Like it was she didn't say that we couldn't do it, but it was like she really has no interest in seeing her family again. It
Mhm.
just happened to be like looking at the spell itself and then the possibilities of where she would end up. I had thought like, okay, well, it returns you to your home plane, but it doesn't specify where. So
Mhm.
was it the point of origin, like where you had left your plane? Is it where like home is where the heart is? So is it where you would want to go? Or would it be a more literal definition? Because Fey magic's kind of weird. There's some wordplay and stuff. So, like, would she go to her home, her family home? And it was like I had to roll some dice, and then it ended up being a 1. I'm like, this is the worst option. Like, this is the worst option you could ask for. So she showed up in her family home, and they're just nasty, terrible people. So like
Yeah.
I don't like embodying nasty, terrible people. I like to be like the Richters and the silly boys that are just kind of goofy, but it's like when you have to be an asshole because that's the character, it's like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about Hustler's character.
Yeah.
My heart.
So from what I understand, Hustler was just like, I don't really know. I'm Hustler Bo Jenkins. I do big bonk. You're like, all right, you're a character that has amnesia or something. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
the beginning where that one started, which was just like a holy f balls when Hustler had a daughter that appeared out of nowhere. Can you elaborate on some of that? Just anything about his story that you created.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was talking to Hustler, he wanted to play an amnesia character. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, do you have any expectations for like what happened before, or can you just leave it up to me? So he's like, yeah, I don't know. I fell off a ship, and I'm cool with kind of like whatever the history was. So like being an athlete was kind of like he's a dex build barbarian, so that's like. And the way that he played him kind of early on is like, Hustler never really described the kind of foaming at the mouth of rage that some barbarians choose to describe. Like, it wasn't a maddening, blinding rage. It was more like quiet determination, is kind of the vibes that I got early on. And that's kind of what we had, like, saddled into a little bit more, where it's like, the well-dressed halflings came out, and that was a very common, like, well, there's these, like, you're calling on your ancestors. He's supposed to be a barbarian. They're not a nomadic tribe of halflings. They're well-dressed halflings. They're like in vests and like artisan clothes and like the fancier side of tunics and stuff. They're not. So there's kind of like the early teasing of there's more that meets the eye that's here. Because like Hustler the Barbarian is not a barbarian. Like, if you look at his clothes, he's wearing like normal like attire. He's not in furs and leathers. He speaks in full sentences. Like, he's not a nomad. He's not a tribesman. He's just a guy.
Just a guy.
Just a dude. So the well-dressed halflings is his family. That's what the ancestors are. So he had a family. And the way that it hadn't been brought up, but in the final battles, you would have seen Heather as you had seen her there, because it wasn't. It was the family. It wasn't like through determination. It wasn't like there's a little bit of that, like, ancestors are looking over you, but it was the love of his family for Hustler that protected him from damage.
Wait, so you're saying the entire time Heather was part of the well-dressed halflings and then her image would
Yeah.
have changed?
But the thing is, it would have been her when she was a child.
Oh.
And it only updated because he met her again
I have
and has a
literal
new image of
chills.
Heather in her mind.
I have literal chills.
So it would have been like his father, his uncles, his brothers, like the cousins.
I don't know why, but I only ever assumed that it was men in the well-dressed halflings. I never assumed that there was women.
Nobody ever asked, so I didn't specify. I just said well-dressed halflings, because
Yeah.
part of it is like you should only describe details that matter to the player and let your imagination fill in everything else. But it would have been like his wife would have been there.
Oh.
Oh no.
But like he had no context of knowing that his wife and his
Yeah.
daughter were there protecting him. Or like his uncles and his brothers and his aunts and his grandma, like those are the well-dressed halflings that were protecting him in battle.
That's like heart-wrenching. I think I would
Yeah.
like to change my Kier being Aftari part of the time to that.
Yeah.
'Cause holy shit.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Going
and
Sorry, go ahead.
it was just one of those things where like nobody asked, so I didn't elaborate.
Jeez. That's something that you probably should have elaborated on maybe a little. Oh God.
Nobody ever asked about it.
So-
I mean, but that was the thought
Yeah.
process for it, and it was like, and the other thing is like, I don't want to force things on players as well. Like, I kind of surprised Hustler with the whole amnesia thing, and he's kind of like, this is pretty cool. But like, the other thing is like, if you don't engage with something, I'm not going to force it on you. So it's kind of like the hooks are there if people want to ask about it. But like, if people want to focus on other things, we just focus on other things. But like the memory eating num 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 spell, it was like Hustler was an athlete. He was winning a lot of prizes. He's fighting in a league above what halflings should, because I mean, their shorter stature typically
Mhm.
means, in stat block wise, they have a lower movement speed. So if he's racing with the tall folks and like keeping pace with centaurs and shit to win gold, like he's an athlete. He's like a man of his prime. So somebody had ambushed him and had a wizard cast a spell on him. His like competitor, somebody that was jealous of his success and was like actively racing against him. So unsportsman like had cursed him in this way and pushed him off the ship, and he just washed up on Saltmarsh.
Yeah. Claris had asked this question, and I know the answer to it. Did somebody let Hustler, or did somebody let Heather know that Hustler died? And the answer is yeah, it was Quinn who did that because everybody else left.
Actually, you didn't need to, because it was Ami.
You said that it was
Yeah.
me.
No, I
Anyway.
said it when we talked about it. I
Okay.
said it would probably be Ami because she's the one that can speak to people across dimensions.
Okay. But yes, I knew that somebody had, at the very least, gotten that message out to Heather.
Yeah. And I've been told as of earlier this afternoon that is absolutely what happened
Yeah.
for Ami.
Yes, I was
Okay.
talking to Drew because I need to get out of my
Mhm.
head of being like, no, don't bother people with D&D things.
Bother
and
him with
then-
D&D things. He loves it.
I need to like get that like in my brain, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just rambling and
Yeah.
people don't like it.
He'll be in the middle of
but-
Tarkov, and all of a sudden he'll hear, "Hey, about this with D&D. What about this, 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 and this?" And he's in the
Yeah.
middle of playing like a different game, completely not focused on what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's good. But yeah, no, Ami there's some things that Ami did before she dipped and where she is now. I don't know what we say for where and all
Yeah.
that, but
Well, did you know that Hustler likes oranges?
Well, Scoot thinks Hustler likes oranges.
Scoot thinks that Hustler likes oranges, so he leaves oranges at his grave.
oh my god.
Because they're
fucking
small
heart.
and orange, like Hustler is.
They're small like he is, and they're round.
And they're
Like,
round.
that doesn't make sense, buddy. That's okay. Yeah, sure, he would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
My heart.
Well, I will say the
Yeah.
biggest plot twist for me was you guys not fighting in the finale. I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, holy shit. Drew, cause like
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know which way this is gonna go, and you did nothing of the sort.
Well, I had, so with the finale as well. It is true I didn't change it. I was on pace. It was supposed to be a 3v3. With Quinn being basically a switch hit. Because it was supposed to be Kazalef, Ulch, and Aftari versus Joe, Ami, and Hustler. So if they were with you, 2 people would have stayed dead.
Yeah. Shit.
The one thing that I didn't do, like I could have stepped in, but I just felt like leaving Lemon to their own devices, and like the way that you were trying to sort it was kind of perfect. So I was like, and at the same time, like, God, the fucking agony that Ulch was going through to like, you have to do this, but he's not making it like he's not fighting back, so it makes it hard. I was just like, man, I gotta let that
Yeah.
ride out.
And then like the half
God,
damage
that was-
each time, the like not taking full damage.
But it
It's
was
just
And-
like
and-
the bargaining and be like, okay, the magic's
Please.
gonna take us both out,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then it does fuck all.
Yeah, it does nothing. And God, no, it really was perfect. I just remember, like, as soon as me and Hustler were like behind the scenes, left in a game room for y'all to go up to the other one, we were just like, I was just like, so we're not doing that, right? And I was like, yep,
Oh, no!
no, we're not. We're not gonna fight back.
I love it.
Like we were so in sync about it, and I just
Yes, you
it
can
made
have
it that
fun
much
now.
easier. Because it really was that.
Yeah.
Still will never get over the poetry of Ami fucking dying. Like
Oh,
I,
yeah.
again.
that is so one of the things with that fight.
Mhm.
Ulch was under the effect of dominate person.
Oh, that's right.
So technically what I could have done is just give Ulch direction. So the thing is, like, when you tried to deviate off the script, technically Kier had fingers in Aftari and Ulch during that. So I let you guys like just run it as is, but it was like dominate person's a little bit like kill that man, and like you wouldn't have had a choice. So
Yeah.
like the way that it happened, I was just gonna let it ride, but like dominate person was like, you just fight. So like realistically, those characters didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
And I think it came up with like Aftari peeling off the not being able to cure wounds Ami and having to
God.
peel off the armor and destroy it. Like I feel bad because I think Ash like really wanted a little more agency in the end, but like just that was the story. Sadly, like
Mhm.
nobody removed curse.
Yeah, I completely forgot that it was that it had been changed from you have to listen to what Ami says to you have to listen to anybody in
Those-
Ami's family
Yeah.
until he
yeah,
was
I
like, "Hey,
absolutely
by the
forgot that.
way," and I'm like, "Holy
TB.
shit."
Yeah.
Here we go.
I definitely was just blown away from that whole thing. And there's something about it that it's kind of good that, or at least thematically, I'm the drama person in
Mhm.
D&D. I'm like, I could do this optimally, or I could do this for the plot.
For the
Which
plot.
should it be? For the plot, for the drama. Having not be dominate person kill is worse, or is it not being is worse than it being that, because that means Ulch is fully in control as he's beating Hustler to death
Mhm,
essentially.
mhm.
And
Mhm.
then to feel that and to do that with the consequences is one thing to distance yourself if you've
was
been controlled person, dominate person, if you're being controlled, but God, another one of your quote unquote own free will
Mhm.
hurts so bad.
Yeah. I think it was neat that another thing that was missed along with for the mind tree was uh to get Quinn into the theater, he went into her mind's grove to get and gave her the ticket. To get Joe there, he delivered something.
It
So
also goes in like he can't interfere
yeah,
with Joe directly. He
yeah,
has to go through these other
other
methods.
channels.
Hmm.
So it was so basically it was Quinn was more hurt in the explosion with Richter than she let on, and it was pure adrenaline that was keeping her going for as long as it was, and then she passed the fuck out when she realized that her friends were going to bring back Ulch. That's what she had anticipated, you guys bringing back Ulch, and she just like immediately dropped, right? And then was just KO'd for the rest of the ending of it because of that, which was fully not anticipated or intended, but like if anybody had seen it, like she had like a gash in her like middle abdomen to the side that was slowly being knitted back together with her healing magic while she was conscious, but as soon as she passed out, like there was still a relative wound and a lot of exhaustion that was left over for, and this was fully just like character plot wise. This was something I had decided on before the damage for the explosion was like there was some shrapnel from a tree or something that had embedded in her side that nobody noticed. And I don't even know if I let Druk know about that, but it was something that I had personally decided and was going to go through with. Just, for the funsies. Like, cosmetic wise.
Yeah, I thought I liked how it turned out. I was kind of like in those days of pivoting. I wish my words were slightly better. I think I have no regrets with any of the choices that I made or like how things played out in the games. There are some weeks like I'm better with the words, and there's some times where like the way that I have to present things is like more thematic in my brain. But when we get to it, or I think like we had pushed it back 1 week, and I was much more prepared the previous week for the Cure finale and the showing of things and like the descriptions that were happening. I was a lot more prepared to do it the previous Saturday than the Saturday afterwards. And I remember I like skipped over a couple of things, and it's just kind of like it is what it is. Like we're just sending it now. we gotta go through. Because I think one thing I didn't get to describe is that Kier looked healthier after killing Nirdra.
Yeah. His, like, pawn
That
child or whatever.
vampiricness, like, actually absorbing her blood and energy to, like, make this happen. So, like, killing her was, like, necessary to drop the curtain.
Can we talk about Kier and the Dreadwoods?
Somewhat. I might not answer everything. As it might be relative to the new
Well,
stuff.
because
But yeah.
there was a lot of we did like a flashback episode with I think both of you were there, and then it was Vakur, where it was one of, like, not this past birthday stream, but I think maybe one prior to that, where we did a flashback years in the past of like when the people were first starting to fight the Dreadwoods, essentially.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
like,
went
yeah,
crazy
during
at
the
the end.
conflict.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was just like the oh my god, the cinematics of that at the end where Ulch dropped and then everybody else's sanity shattered.
No, it wasn't Ulch, but yeah.
Oh, wasn't it?
No. So it was NPC night level 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he was the paladin, yeah. So
yeah,
that birthday stream, that was a lot of fun. I was gonna say like that dice roll was previously my most thematic like dice telling the story moment.
It was so good.
That has been replaced by Ami compelling Aftari to stab her, because like
God.
the thing is that here's the math on that scene though. Nat 20 to do exactly 41 damage or 42 damage to double Nat 1 death saves. Like the dice were pixel perfect.
Like
to make that happen.
It was Ami said, "I'm going to die, and you don't get a choice."
Yeah, and it was very much like the first like death save. I was like, I forgot there were death saving throws for half of a minute, and then I was just like, first one goes off, and I'm like, Nat 1, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like this is what Ami wanted, absolutely. And then the second one hit, and I'm like, yeah, fuck, Jesus Christ. Okay, dead. I shed a couple tears,
was
obviously,
so
but
fucking happy, but like so destroyed.
I was happy and destroyed. I'm like, if that was the end for Ami, I would have been satisfied with that being the end.
A sacrifice.
It was very much on her own terms, that kind of thing. And oh my god, there were so many emotions. Like I was crying. Obviously,
I think we really got our strides at the end.
Yeah, exactly. It was just I could not have told a more perfect like thing that than what the dice showed.
Well, I'm really glad, honestly, that Quinn was like knocked out for the last battle there, because like Quinn had a plan, and I feel like it was a pretty devastating plan, which you kind of got to see a little bit of with the bird and getting there and back, and then getting Scoot to where he was going to go to for school, because I can fly really far and really fast, and I found that out a day before the battle, I think. Like a day before the full battle situation commenced, before Quinn was exploded and passed out. And then, like, just thinking back of all of the stuff that Quinn has done, like, you guys have done some pretty wicked stuff, like Ulch dealing with what was it, the altar that you touched by mistake?
Oh, with all the spider guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah. The I know what you're talking about. Yes,
The cultists
Oh.
that
The
Quinn fell in love
cultist.
with briefly.
Yeah, briefly.
the
She likes a bad boy.
loft.
Yeah.
Lols.
Loaf.
Wolf.
Yeah, but like, honestly, heading into that underwater grove and using the control water to create that space, and then not having enough energy to purify it, and juicing my dagger for the power that
No,
I
it was
needed to
huge.
do that. Like,
Absolutely.
because Quinn had
Quinn's
Quinn had two druidic focuses the entire time. She had the hairpin, which she refused to use for the longest time. She used the dagger because the hairpin was from her mother. It was like this whole thing. She couldn't take it off because it wasn't something that she could do, but she wouldn't use it. It was like, she's like, I'm refusing to use this. And so when she juiced her dagger, that was like a big, oh, I can't believe I'm gonna do this, but yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
To cleanse that. And then, like, Ulch dealing with his brother with the full telling of the truth. He's like, I'll go down, but you're coming with me. And like, Aftari casting the circle of truth, I think it was, and the realization dawning on him and being like, holy shit, you're not lying.
Yeah, I did
And
all
then
this
the
for what?
instant breakdown that occurred very shortly thereafter. Like, there was a lot of, from the time that we left the Feywilds, like, that's when we kind of fully hit our stride as like the full team of adventurers. We knew what we were doing, we knew what we wanted to accomplish. Who's the man baking bread?
I don't know. I love these fucking tokens though. It's a cat wizard.
I love him.
Oh my god, I
He's got
love him.
like that's the thing. When I like make D&D games, I just like go and look at stuff, and then like the happy baker dwarf, he's got to be an NPC. The cat wizard,
Look,
he's got to be an NPC.
he kind of looks familiar. The green gloves, the super long beard, the top
Wow.
knot.
You saying it's a self-insert?
No, it's a mixture of you and Lemon, because he's kind of gingery,
Oh, there you go.
but with a top knot.
I thought he was gonna be like one of your dwarf
My dwarf brother.
relatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like baking bread. My
He's
dad
just
said it
a
was
baker.
fine.
Yeah.
No. This is more. There you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's Honey if she was a dwarf.
It very much is, especially the middle one, is very like wiki how to bake like croissants.
This is how you bake. I think those are hot cross
Dwarven
buns.
croissants.
I think those are specifically
that's
hot
fair.
cross buns.
Hot cross buns.
Yeah. Why does that dwarf have a why does he have a beard tattooed on him of his beard?
No,
Maybe
he
it
has
was
a
his
beard
wife's
tattooed
beard.
on him of the other beard. I think no, those two both have beards.
Oh my god,
tattooed
you're
on
right.
them.
No, you're
They're
right.
a couple.
They're a couple. It's his beard. It's got the little circles in it, and then it's got the mustache braid.
Yeah.
And the rings on the. Oh my
Yep.
god.
Canon.
Wait, no, you
Alright,
need to
well,
flip
here we
them.
go.
Flip them. Flip them. Flip them. I need. Yeah. I need them to be looking at each other, and then the little girl.
This is just how we do D&D lore now.
Yeah.
We just look at the icons and we're like, yep, no, that's a family.
And then the cats, they're familiar.
Yeah.
The massive cat. I love it.
Amazing.
The cat is bigger
10
than
out of
everyone
10.
else.
The cat's not actually a wizard. It's just her cat, and she dresses him up like a wizard.
Yes!
It's like that cat on TikTok, the Walthazar Babothazar Fee Fi Fo Fothazar the third.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, I love it. That's so cute. Completely derailed. Have no idea what I was talking about. I remember. What was like there was a bunch of like power moves that we made throughout the campaign. What was your favorite power move that you did? Like a big haha fuck you to the baddies, essentially.
Who are you asking?
Either anybody.
Oh.
Anybody.
There's a few
Choosing my own
times I
death.
used.
Oh,
Yeah. That was my, like, I'm not participating in, like, this
fuck you,
tier,
Kier.
and
Yeah.
fuck you. And, like, if I had died, I would have gone found Avery.
Yeah. Oh.
Or if I stayed dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one-liner of
I'll tell Avery you said hi or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god.
Love it. Your first
I was
death was
just-
also very cinematic.
I know, and now Ami's gonna have to deal with the trauma of just being
Double
like,
death.
I'm dying all the time, and
It's been like not
why-
even 6
it's
months.
It's almost like, why won't someone let me stay dead?
Oh.
Because she didn't want to come back the first time because she made the promise.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to come back the second time, so it's like, at what point?
If you died, your mothers would burn the world down. I know that's been the thing to not do that, but they would 100% burn the world down.
Well, it runs in the family.
Oh.
Apparently.
Lemon, what about you? Because you
Maybe
had
they
some...
find themselves more in common than they previously thought.
Brother, or uncle, we understand now. Join us.
We'll bring back Ami and Avery in a world that is not...
Can't hurt them. Oh,
In a perfect
no.
world without suffering.
Oh, jeez.
My favorite fuck you to the enemies was the second fight with the Sahagin captain, and it was down to the wire again, like mirrored fucking thing, and that time it was the flip decision.
Yeah, the opposite.
Because we were both down to a single hit again, and it was like one of us is gonna die, and
oh yeah, when you met up again with the guy that you
in the underwater grove.
Yeah, because like the first time
That
it was like we were both at one hit each, and then the second time we're both at one hit each, and the first time I died, second time he died. I'm like, no, fuck you, bro.
What did you just bring in? Oh my god.
Look at these fucking tokens.
Oh, I
They're cute as
love
shit.
them.
That looks like a Neopet.
No, that's a bullet. Oh, that's not a bullet. That's a ferret. Sorry, I had a bullet up on my.
Is that like Kelladek, but like I haven't.
It might be the new Kelladek.
New
art.
Kelladek?
Who are you?
I was looking through to like.
Kelladek's making an appearance in season 2. Drake doesn't have a choice.
Well, I imagined.
Yeah, I mean he's still around.
Yeah.
I'm just going through like grabbing new tokens because I build a token page so that I just have like a pool of dudes to pull from when I look at new things.
I changed my character last minute when the new artificer thing came out, and I was supposed to get a pet, and I don't get a pet anymore.
Oof.
And I'm kind of really upset about it, but also not.
Pets are cool.
I think I'm gonna say my biggest FU to the baddies is still it's in like the first couple of the first couple of episodes when I burned down the house. I was like, we're basically
that was good.
We're basically fucked here.
The haunted house.
We have no we like our first ever mission. We almost completely lost everybody. I feel like, and I went, I'm gonna burn down the house. You said those are filled with alcohol or oil or something. Cool. Lights torch, drops it. And then your mom saves me for some reason. Your mom was one of the ones that saved. Which mom was it?
Mama Morphe.
Mama Morphe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause it's like
she
that
zip
to do with.
zipped. Because I have the Balm of the Summer Court, I've unintentionally made a contract with them for healing.
Hello.
Now that one would be more Dio's territory, but Mama
Well,
Morphe
yeah.
is like more the like
Protection.
watery and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of
Mhm.
like yeah.
But yeah, like I still think like I don't know anything about D&D. I think we're absolutely screwed first thing that we're playing. I'm gonna light the house on fire. It was my equivalent of, I don't know, I've seen other people do something like this. I don't care how small the room is. I'm gonna cast Fireball. Oh, I can't do that? Light that shit on fire.
It was pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah. That
I
was...
do also think, as an honorary Quinn mentioned,
Yeah.
the control water in
Oh, yeah.
because it was very much like, oh, you want to do this on your terms? No, we're doing this on my
Yeah.
terms.
I was holding on to that too. I didn't tell Druk shit. I was like, if I tell him, he's gonna find a way to circumvent it, so nobody gets to know. I cast control water, and I can create, what was it, like 100 by 100 by 100 foot cube or something like that. And push all of the water out. And I was, it was hinging on the fact that I was hoping you guys could protect me long enough
Yes.
to take them down, because if I had to cast it again, I could. I was saving it though, because one of the things I can do with control water is if things are looking dire, I can cast it and shoot all of us up to the surface and get us the fuck away.
Yeah,
Was
so
the
you don't wanna use
secondary.
that
So I didn't
twice.
want to use the secondary one, but I had them as an option, and I didn't have to use it, which was great. I love them.
Aww.
Man, they did a good job with the
They
art for
did
Aw.
such
2024.
They did
Yeah.
such a good job. The little families. Look at the little girl reaching for the tomato. Oh, so cute. But yeah, like I was at that point, we had okay, so we created the D&D scheming group for our chat. Or I did, and I invited everybody, and I left Jaruk out specifically for the fact that I wanted us to be able to plot against him outside of the campaigns. Like, I guess you could kind of call it metagaming, or like connecting with the crew during downtime or something like that.
Just a little.
Just a little. And then we eventually added him into that. So I was trying to
Yes.
talk to you guys about it, but I didn't want to do it in the group because I didn't want him to know it. And I was like, fuck it, nobody gets to know it. Nobody.
And sometimes that's the best thing that you can do, especially because it's like,
Yeah.
then you have that moment as the other characters to be like reacting to that.
Yeah.
Because not everything needs to be like perfectly planned out. And sometimes maybe it's just like, what the fuck? And then you have moments like that where you did something like crazy cool that we had no idea that you were gonna do.
Yeah. I felt so powerful as Quinn in that moment. But there's also okay, so I made the decision very early on.
Who's that guy?
Why is that a laptop?
The wiki loud.
This is
That's
a
the wiki how.
This is a D&D screen. I made the decision very early on for Quinn that because she was not a full druid, the wild shape didn't work properly.
Okay.
Which you guys found out from, I think the first time I transformed was Crab Quinn.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was fuzzy.
It was hairy.
Yep.
And yeah, so I don't think I wrote it in her bio, but I made that choice as because I was like, she's not a full druid. There's like a whole bunch of reasons why her mom's like not going through with the plan that she originally had because of this, and why she got kicked out, and like she's just like all of these things. One of the ones was her wild shape doesn't work properly. She's, instead of taking on the traits of the animals that she's transforming to completely, they're always just a little bit feline still.
Yeah.
Like there was the time where I transformed into like the water snake to get to shore from trying to like go near Keith's boat. I think this was really near the beginning. I'd never touched on it. It had teeny tiny little cat paws on the bottom. So like it was more of like a what is it? Like those little lizards that have like teeny tiny feet that like scuttle around, but they look like a snake.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Anyway, it looked like a snake, but it had like little pitty paddly feet. And they were cat paws that I never talked about. Um, and then like the eagle wasn't feathery; it was furry, stuff like that. That I had
I
made the
hated that, by the
decision.
way.
I know
Yeah.
you did. I know you
Mhm.
did. That image that Druk shared was the worst. That's not what I had in pictured, but it was something. It was something. What about you guys? What were some character decisions that you made for yourself, for your character specifically, if anything?
Why is he so
It was
soft?
kind of unintentional, but
Mhm.
like Ulch just having everything monochrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of worked out that way.
Were you not supposed to be like what? I don't know a lot about D&D. So your race is like frost giant? Yeah.
Goliath.
Goliath. Okay.
Yeah.
Are Goliaths like
No,
palest?
they're normally like white
Okay.
and um pale skinned or blue
Okay.
pale thing, right? But just like that was like his skin tone,
Mhm.
and then his magic was corrupted because he was a Oathbreaker paladin and ended up being black, and then it was just like the black and white kind of thing, and
Mhm.
it's just like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm rolling with this.
Yeah, and then you have like the white cloak and stuff like that. Like it's like an off-white, but it's like a white cloak. What
Yeah.
about you, Ami?
Yeah.
Honestly, like in the beginning, like one of the very start of the campaign, being a cook.
Mhm.
Um, I was Druk had asked us like what part, like what role on the ship do you want,
Yeah.
and I was like, I know nothing about sailing boats. I don't want to be like the lookout. I don't want to be. You need a cook, don't you?
Yeah.
And just the amount of fun that I've had with that,
Yeah.
being like, okay,
I
yeah,
made
Ami's making this today. Oh, let's do
spicy
that.
talkies or something.
Yeah, exactly. The spicy pretzels, that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
so much
yeah.
fun. And just how that like was embraced and like really became a part of it is Ami's the cook. Ami's the artist cook. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of that. And then in a similar vein, doing art instead of like the traditional bard, like music and dance and all that.
Well, to be
Uh,
fair, too, there is artistry in cooking.
There is. It's a science. Cooking is black magic and I don't understand it.
No proof.
Like, why do you put salt in cookies to make them tastier? Like, and how does that work?
how do
Honey
you put
says
coffee
it's
and chocolate?
Honey says they're flavor enhancers. Look at those
They do.
monkeys.
Those
Monkey.
are just little guys.
The little guys. Um Quinn was unintentionally a very flip-floppy character. She was unintentionally both very selfish and very selfless and very smart and absolutely fucking stupid. And I kind of just started going with it because it started because I was just so exhausted from work for the D&D sessions sometimes that I was just like, okay, no. Quinn's going to be very eepy, very like kind of like almost stoner like, and I made that like a trait that the druids have, like they're kind of like stoners. They're not very they don't do the smarts very well. They're kind of like whatever. And then the other half is the mom's manipulation and the dad's smarts coming in kind of thing. um she took the captain's room on the ship because she's the healer. She should have the best room, access to everybody. She needs the space, whatever. um like she full on just took that, I think, without asking. Uh, and then like the thing with Scoot, like how she kidnapped this bird boy from her ex-employee because she witnessed that it basically she found out that they were smuggling children, right? Valuable children into servitude. And she was like, I can't save them all, but I can save this one. And she took it. She took him and the ship and fucked off for like 5 years and hid and ran with this. Like, I think he was 3 or something when she first took him. And then, like, Drook made me absolutely sob in that last episode that we did where she sent him off to school. Because Quinn was very adamant, like, oh yeah, he's my kid, like, don't question it. But Scoot never called her mom. He always called her Quinn.
Mhm.
And when she was
Yeah.
dropping him off, Scoot called Quinn mom.
Ow.
And Lucier started having a full-on breakdown and was sobbing, and then all of a sudden had to switch into other character and was not emotionally prepared. But yeah.
All right, what we got from the Discord? Do we have anything left?
I think we've covered a lot of it. Just in general
I have
talking.
another
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Do you have any regrets about your character, about things that you did, or anything like that?
No.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Full send.
Full send. I think there's things that we probably could have done better, but I like the way that it played out. I like where the story went. I enjoy where we ended up.
I feel that. I feel that very much.
Lemon?
No, I don't think so. I think I might have changed some of the things that I said because I feel like especially with Ulcha's dad, I came very much across as a spoiled brat instead of like a kid who's been scorned.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's always the I thought of a witty response to our argument 3 days later. Oh, who runs Wizard Radio?
Wizard the Wizard. No, I don't. I don't know. Wizard Radio, like in full disclosure, I didn't
Yeah.
make that shit up.
No, that was totally me. That was
Yeah,
totally me.
yeah.
But I was like, maybe Mitchell has or Drake has an idea.
It was me accidentally
No.
going, oh,
This song
oops.
is sponsored by
It's the me.
the Shadow Government.
That one.
It was also like I let Blue do whatever they wanted with Gringle, and they just
Yeah.
introduced a bunch of random bullshit, and I had no control or like fingers in any of it. Like it was just like I have this idea. I want to be like Grangle's like related to Grangle. I'm gonna play Gringle, and I'm only gonna sell curse shit. I'm like, bet. Here you go. Do whatever
Well, it's
you
because
want. I
like
don't
all
care.
the stuff that you gave me the first time was all curse stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of like references too. Like I wanted to like play around and have fun with some of like the streamer like characters.
Yeah.
So like the Skelly beans that had 18 beans in it, like
Exactly. And
like
the roast
just beads
beef
of
necklace.
nourishment.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And there was like a fidget, the baddie corn onesie.
Oh, I forgot about
Mhm.
So
that.
you're
No
in like
one
that
did
form,
it.
and then after like there was like a roll or something, and then it would turn into like a horse onesie instead.
Oh, that was my favorite. Like I could have fucked up so bad when Grangle put it on and demonstrated it and then took it off.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be like, I think Aftari's armor was worded differently. It was supposed to be
Mhm.
like every time you take it off, there's a 1 in 20 chance that you lose all your hair. And it was like the Smooth Johnson
Yeah.
armor set. But it's also like kind of unclear if Aftari ever took their armor off.
I
'Cause
don't
Ash was
I
like,
don't think
this is a character
Aftari.
decision that I never changed my clothes. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, sure, whatever. Like, there's also like there's like rules and there's like some like nitty gritty stuff that I just kind of hand wave. Where it's like you're supposed to take your armor off every day because you can't sleep in your armor or get exhaustion, and I'm like, I don't care about that. Like, that's just tedious like rule stacking for some reason. And it's like if it doesn't affect the story, then why are we enforcing that rule? I don't know. So like I just went with it. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, we'll use it for our own purposes, or like I'm always a fan of like modifying things to work for the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's all of the questions that were asked specifically.
I don't
Group
think
have any
yeah,
questions?
I don't have any regrets with how the story panned out. I think there were certain aspects that I could have like explained more or gone into detail further. There's like some descriptions that were going to be slightly better.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Joe and Dio discussion was just because I was on a bad day. There was supposed to be more to it, but you know, we also just went with it the way that we did. It's like there's no reason to retcon or clarify. It's just I did what I did, and here we are. But it was supposed to be more like in depth, but I feel like I don't know. My words were just not as potent that day. And like from a storytelling standpoint, like um it may come to a shock, but I'm not a creative person. um when it comes to like thinking of like what to write and how to write it, like in school it was really difficult for me, and like I'm not good with language all the time. I think I'm a lot better now, but like it's something that is a particular weakness of mine. So like word choice and stuff, I use more flowery words because I've like painstakingly learned what some of these are or synonyms, and I'm not always
Yeah.
on the ball. Sometimes the word choice is wrong. um but I really like D&D and collaborative storytelling and that sort of thing. So it's like you're playing in my sandbox, but it's still your story.
Yeah.
And like sometimes we have to make compromises one way or another to like tell the story together, but I never found it difficult to run a session or like to figure out what comes next. So like I always say like D&D is one of those games that like you get out of it what you put into it. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed like the crew we had, and everybody really put energy and effort into it, and I appreciate that. So
Well, we appreciate you.
Yeah. Honestly, and I feel like sometimes I say I'm not creative, but I am, and I still kind of feel like you're creative, even if it's you not
You're
your
just creative in a
forte.
different way.
Exactly. That's exactly what
yeah,
I
it's just like there's some of the stuff that I have a harder time with. So like I can't be creative on the fly. That's why like when I'm pulling out tokens, you kind of see like my creative process of like either like music or like an image will like tell a story,
Mhm.
like the friggin' dwarf with the buns. I'm like, that's a funny guy. He could be an NPC. And then like it just builds off of to why is he a baker? Well,
Yeah.
he's just a happy baker guy. And then you guys know like the tattoos. Like so it's like that's kind of the process of this thing is silly and I want to mess with it. Or like this is a stat block I like, so I'm gonna
They're
build
so
something
in
around
love.
this.
I just love them.
And but that I think that's the thing. That is incredibly creative. Like that's part of the creative process is just going through things and seeing what you think of when you see inspiration. I do it all the
Mhm.
time personally. And it's just like, "Oh, what's this? I really like it. Let's keep going with this." And I think I feel like yeah, kind of like you were mentioning I think improv being one of your weaker points. I feel that as well. I feel like improv was something I could definitely improve upon, and I feel like I did a little bit with this whole with all of D&D, but I'm still like I don't know. Improv is hard.
And I think when like throwing stuff at me that I'm not expecting, like that's the thing is I don't have any expectation. I usually like
Yes.
when I set up an encounter, I'm like, okay, this is what this monster does. These are the tools that the players have, like spells and stuff. So this will probably be how it pans out. This character is going to cast that spell, and this character is going to cast that spell, and this character is going to do this, and it'll probably work out. And then sometimes like I put it in front of you, and it's just like Mount Olympus trying to figure out what this door is, and I'm like,
It's a door.
I mean,
It's
homie, you have
adorable.
knocked. I don't know why we're looking at this door for so long. Just cast a spell and open it.
I don't know
Like,
what that means.
yeah. It's a bad example because that's not rooted
Yeah.
in. I don't have a direct solution, but there's some
Well,
stuff where
even
it's
then,
like,
like
homie, has
there
this spell
Ami
been
has
there's
the
in?
Ami had like not 6 cloaks. I'm over exaggerating, but like Ami had the cloak of useful items and then the cloak of mana ray. And I think that
Yeah.
we forgot about the cloak of useful items after a while.
Except for when I used the fucking door from it to block it. I loved that.
Yeah, the door was super
iron
clutch
door.
Yeah.
in the Sahagin zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like them using the cloak to kidnap Scoot. Ugh.
I think as far as like other changes and stuff goes, like Ned, it wasn't supposed to be that important of a character. In
Yeah.
chapter 1, basically Ned's whole character is be a nuisance for as long as possible.
And we said, "All right, found family."
Yep. I'm sorry.
Uh,
Now I gotta protect this little man.
He's just sad and wants to sleep.
Yeah. He
Well,
just
the funny
wants to
thing
go
is,
to bed.
none of that is in the module either.
Oh my god.
So Ned is just supposed to be a dude. He's just a lookout
Yeah.
that sits in the top and signals, uses the lantern to signal the ship when it's time to come to the cave down below. So
Mhm.
like I try to find some opportunities to like make the module more interesting or add some curiosities. So giving Ned the stat block of I think they're called like it's like a mind enforcer spy or something. Where they basically have like innate detect thoughts. They can just cast detect thoughts an infinite number of times per day. So I'm like, I'm gonna use him. I'm gonna just detect thoughts guy because that's kind of cool. And like he would be able to track you through like the floorboards and stuff. But like also like why is he left here by himself? Okay, well it's really great to have somebody that can peer into somebody else's mind. But then but he also looks in your brain, so like he's probably like a little bit he's disheveled and not allowed to sleep so that he doesn't turn on the pirates because the pirates are bad guys. But like that whole well and I kind of like thought about the being a weasel and like trading protection for favors, like that is magic that's outside of normal spell casting. But like
Mhm.
reasonable trade offer kind of things, like you won't harm me as long as I do this, or I will give you this, but then you can't. You have to ensure my safety, and then you're the one that gets the punishment. Like basically, that's how it was. So like Keith couldn't get rid of Ned because they had that arrangement. He couldn't harm him physically or like, you know, mistreat him in that way. Because then he would suffer the wounds that would be like anything he did to Ned would transfer to him because he had that same bargain. So it was just supposed to be that like if anybody tried to rough Ned up, Ami would take the damage.
Mhm.
And that was kind of the arrangement where he was a little more brave now because he had that assurance in mind, and like his demeanor shifted the moment you accepted the cloak from him. So like he wasn't supposed to be like he wasn't ever supposed to grow a spine or like have character development. It's just this guy's a weasel and he's supposed to be as annoying as possible. So like, he's
Yeah.
supposed to like block the door behind you and like not let you escape and like warn the pirates that you were coming. Like he was supposed to basically pretend that he was like tied to the chair and he was a captive, and he was supposed to like follow you around to like help, but he was just supposed to hinder you. But yeah, I think Ned had the most like unexpected impact. And then like when nobody wanted to serve in the council, it's like, well, then Ned's gonna do it, and he's gonna
I
like
can
Thanks,
see when
have
people
your
are
your
thinking
Ned.
best
bad.
interest.
Yeah.
True.
Can I just say as well, oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. The brain is braining. Hold on, give it a minute.
Dial-up sound.
Yeah, no, it's the computer boot up sound. Some of the really funny things that happened. No, that's not what I was going to talk about. That's the other thing. Scoot Scoot saving the day and unlocking his magic potential on that ship. Like, that was something else. Cuz I don't fully remember what was happening. All I remember is Quinn was down. Like, I'm 95% sure I was in like death saving throws. Like, about to be. And Scoot comes in and is like, "You're not gonna hurt my Quinn," and then it's like ice magic or something.
Yeah.
And like he killed him.
Well, it was kind of like I don't want to rob the final blow of this like first act boss fight as like the NPC, but
Yeah.
like somebody gave him a knife and he was like poop knives shanking people.
Mhm.
Yep.
I think that was me.
Like,
I think it was one of my daggers that I stole from somewhere. Cuz Quinn was that's another thing. Quinn becoming a hoarder. I brainchilded that it was because of the rock. The pocket rock of filling.
Oh, the pocket
Quinn
rock that you can never
Quinn
get rid of.
Quinn, yeah, the one that I could. Quinn really liked having something permanently on her. And it like unlocked okay, now all of this stuff is mine and it's never going away. I like Blue didn't intend for that to happen, but the hoarding didn't start until after Quinn got that rock. So that was just something that my brain had unintentionally done at that exact moment of, oh yeah, I guess Quinn's like a hoarder now or something because of this rock, but it's just a rock. It's just a rock that she can't get rid of, and it's just like she's blaming the rock, but it's not the rock. Like, I intentionally came up with a lot of random shit that I just did. That's the rock's trick, yeah. Look at the cat.
I also like reusing like previous characters and like
Yeah. Oh my god, Quinn, I didn't know what to do with. I didn't know how to handle that situation.
what one?
The Lemon and Blue married
Ulfgar and
couple,
Varys?
Ulfgar and Varys. Lucier's brain that day was like, I have no idea how to handle this at all. Okay, here you go. Let's info dump to these people. Oh yeah, my dad's a dragon and this dwarf is literally like my biological brother in some way, sense, or form kind of thing. Oh, I can't wait to tell my mom that. Wait.
Come back!
Ulfgar and Varys are like mildly unhinged.
Only mildly?
Just a lot.
I didn't know what was gonna happen. It was
Have a good
crazy.
lurk,
You guys were
Celine.
like going off, and I was just like, I'm here
Yeah.
for it. I'm straight vibing.
Yeah.
Varys is probably the character I've had the most unfortunate, hilarious incident with ever.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
you did.
I was trying to collect a family heirloom back from a person that I saw it through a window, and I was like bargaining with him. He's like, no, it's fine. I'll just let you use it once, just to get an idea of what your family heirloom
yeah.
used to do, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, looking at it, I used like inspect magic or something, didn't get any information. I'm like, I think if I do this, maybe it'll do something cool. And I pointed directly at the guy
Oh
and
no.
point blank cast fireball.
Because I'm pretty sure that
Okay,
was a
cool,
wand
thanks.
of wild magic.
Yeah,
And
Yeah. So it
Oh
was
no.
it was the wand of wonder. So the funny
Yes.
thing is, it was like in the hands of a Lyodon, it was powerful. It just caused a random cantrip to fire, but it was the full potential in your hand, and you rolled fireball and literally just burned this man. Like he
To
died
a
instantly.
crisp.
It was just some noble in the streets of like Neverwinter or something, and you just
Yeah.
fireball this man. His kitchen's on fire. There's a witness in the back room, and you sprint through the man's house because you don't want to back out into the street where the guards are. There's like a little old cook lady like, "Oh no, there's a man in the house. He's killed the master." And like you run through, and then you're like hoping that he covers your path. It is like, there's an evil drow man. He was covered in black. Oh my god.
Amazing.
You exploded several times in that campaign.
Yes,
Too.
there
Yes.
absolutely was a I didn't check for traps moment.
The rogue that never checked for traps.
Yeah. I opened a desk drawer that was triggered. That was had a trigger for a fireball that exploded on me.
God, you
We love
bad
it.
luck.
We love it.
But yeah, that was basically just. I was thinking about what could I do for like an epilogue for this travel, and I thought it would be funny because they played the pick and chisel game, which is like on our stream mates. That splash drop was like the 1
Yeah.
year anniversary from that campaign.
Yes.
So like I wanted to just like give a minute to kind of like a little bit like wrap that story up because we played for a while and then we didn't really finish the finale because just time got
No.
away.
Oh, that
Uh,
reminds me. We found, I think it was Lemon's notebook recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it to Droog, so he'd have something to remember it by.
hmm
I
So
found it. It
I
was
think
by
it
his
was
desk, and I was like, "What is this?" And I saw Varys, and I'm like, "Oh my god."
it was right around the same time, but like I've gone back and looked at the Discord recently for the old pick and
Me
chisel.
too. I missed that.
There was a game in the Sword Coast that I play on Saturdays as well in the evening time, and I was like, I remember like the Sword Coast stuff. I had like all the DM notes and stuff still, because it's like if I ever go back to that setting, I just why do all the work again when I can just copy my homework from last time. But that's what like got me thinking about it, and I'm like, we could do a little like in the future when they got boats and stuff. Why not? Like it'd be fun. And, like not a lot of people would get it. Like Lucia would have had no idea what the fuck was going
Not a
on or any of
clue.
the
Not a
context of
clue.
it. But I just thought it would be funny for the people that did know. Like, yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
They're still trucking along.
I love
Yep.
that.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm excited for season 2.
Yeah.
Oh
So what I'm hearing is I
my
have to make
God.
a new meme image this time for Saltmarsh.
Absolutely.
Someone has to send me an image template because I did a lot of memes for I think both campaigns. Who is this man's?
Why is he?
Owl bear
Why is
man.
he wearing
He's
him?
not Batman, he's Owlbear Man.
He is Owlbear Man. Sorry.
My
I got so
initial
distracted.
reaction was, why did he skin? Why
I
did he?
got a template for you, Linoki.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
boy.
okay, yes, please give me
Hold
a
on.
because the first one was your character here, like draw your friends as.
It's perfect because
Okay.
there you go.
Well,
It's sent in the chat.
Where is it? In this chat?
Yeah.
This is just everyone in the the. See, maybe yeah. Let me put that there.
I
Let me
really
save
like
it.
the Linoki death meme.
Oh, which one? The guy that I killed to death with it?
No. The emotional damage one.
Emotional.
The one that I made the first time you died, and I thought I
Yes.
would never use it again.
And then you got to
Where
use it
you're
again.
the slipper.
Yeah.
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 Just chuck you
It
into
was
the ground.
so good. I thought it was funny that like Troa, who hadn't even like seen it, like heard about like death and destruction, and then also did a meme of me dying, and I'm like, what is this with these memes of me thing. It's very like I would have a nickel for every time Lenoki died.
I'd
I'd
have
two
two
nickels,
which is a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Did you know
Exactly.
Phineas and Ferb? That meme. That's where that came from, right? They
Yes.
changed that saying. It never used to have it. You never used to have that thing at the end until that episode. You know, it used to. If I had a nickel for every time this happened, I'd be rich. That's what the original saying of it was. I'd not. I would have two nickels. It's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah.
And I think that it's
Yeah,
really
Lucia,
funny. Oh God, what
I
did he
sent it so
send
you can
me?
download it.
Excellent. Okay, I'm
For the
downloading
next
it
time I die.
for next time. Yeah, it's mine now. Oh goodness. But yeah, again, I want to thank everybody for the first season of D&D 1. We had Unabashedly Ash as Aftari, Lenoki as Ami, Claris Liaidon as Joe. Did I say that right this time?
Nope.
Liadon.
Nope.
Liadon.
Liadon. Lemon Dingo as Ulch, and Hustler Bo Jenkins as Hustler, as well as Drook Dane as our wondrous DM. Thank you, Drook, for all of the wonderful
Clap, clap,
memories.
clap, 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 clap.
Yay.
Hold on, where's the...
I make the rules, and my god hates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but I think that's the end of the
that's it.
questions that were asked. I think that's the last question that we had, unless you guys have any more.
So
Oh, this is a
all
funny
I'm
meme, too.
hearing is that okay, yes, please send me memes.
No, it's just funny. Bucky Barnes is a Disney princess.
Oh, that reminds me, we were asking questions at work today through the drive-thru, and we were like, "What's your favorite Disney princess?" And somebody said Mulan. She has the highest body count. Because she kills a lot of people.
Sorry, I was reading the meme Levin sent me. I did not
Hello,
hear anything
Bard.
else.
Thank
Sorry.
you for the wrap. Congrats on the wrap up. There we go. Wrap ups. Oh goodness, but I think this is where we're gonna have to call it for today because it's 4:30 and I
getting
gotta do
late.
dinner.
Absolutely.
So
I
I'm
will
gonna
say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I was
no.
gonna say. I look forward to seeing season 2
Season
as someone who
2.
is going to be watching at least in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'll message y'all about your portrait.
Yeah.
We'll get through that.
We'll get through it.
But yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and here is a mass
D&D.
shout out of everybody who's going to be participating in D&D Season 2. So again, we have Drook Dane as our wonderful DM. We will be joined by Gentle Catfish, whose name I totally misspelled. I'm so sorry about that, Gentle. I will fix that in my main post thing, but unfortunately I can't fix it now. Gentle Catfish with only one A. Thank you, Lemon.
Why don't you have...
I haven't created it yet. I typed
Really
it
funny.
out.
I think I spelled it wrong, too.
You mass shouted our lovely artists as well, so
Wow.
there you go.
Well, anyway, yeah,
Our
I just...
lovely and artist, you're shouted out, homies. It's gonna stay where it is, but we have Drook Dane as our wonderful DM. We will be joined by Gentle Catfish with 1A, Smooth Johnson, and Blueberry Seal for season 2, and we will have the recurring friends coming back of Lemon Dingo and Claris, as well as myself for season 2. So we're gonna see some fresh faces, we're gonna see some fresh characters, and we're gonna see what happens in the world of Saltmarsh going forward. I'm excited. Yeah.
It's gonna be
I will fix
exciting.
my mass shout out for the thing.
I will have you know, Drook, I'm trying to make an entire language.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Lemon is getting into it.
Let's fight, Lemon. We got this. All right.
What?
Our characters, they're gonna fight.
Why?
You'll see.
Why?
You'll see.
How do you know
What?
they're gonna fight?
I just know.
OJ's gonna
I
pick
just
fights.
know. I know my character. I just know my character.
Scrappy.
I'm something. Alright, but we are gonna go ahead and raid out. And we're gonna raid Hustler. Of course we're gonna go raid Hustler. Hustler is Jenkins. We're gonna go see Hustler and apologize for killing him in D&D, I guess. Like quite tragically. So here are some raid messages for you folks. Make sure you grab one of those. The first one is for anybody. The second one is for my lovely subscribers. And we're gonna go say hi to Hustler Bo Jenkins, who is playing Evil Adobe, or also known as the new Assassin's Creed Shadows. But yeah, so we're gonna go say hi to him. And you guys have a great rest of your day. I have no idea when I'm back next because I have not made my scheduling yet, but stay tuned in the Discord. It will be posted where I normally post. All right, friends. Bam.
Bye.
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 Bye. I love you guys. I'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Goodbye, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, which isn't a lot. We went to see Hustler.
Yeah.
I can't hear anything. My things are not... There we go.
Not set up
shit,
for
it's
listening.
a raid.
Oh shit,
Thanks
it's
for
a
the raid,
raid.
Lucy. How
Alright,
was
I gotta
D&D?
end my